nice day. I shouldn't listen to Grubby. I didn't put the shorts on because he told me it was going to snow. You're completely wrong there, Richard.
At this stage.
At this stage, yes. But it is a beautiful, clear day. The sun's shining. It's Sir Robert says it's going to be 14 degrees today, Grub. It's every bit of that, I reckon, mate. It's quite nice out there. Match of the round here, Winchelsea versus Belpost Hill. The twos, 11.975 Winch, leading Belpost Hill 1.511. Good afternoon, Richard Grubby-cations.
Yeah, good afternoon, boys. Good afternoon, viewers and listeners. And I just spoke to Daniel Greske, and he said he's not that happy about you being the big mouth, saying how cold it was going to be. I was going to wear just my singlet, but I decided not to.
You've got 3 jumpers and a dull shirt on, mate.
I've got my coat in the car. Didn't even bother bringing it out. It's a lovely day here at Winch. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a really, really good game. And let's hope it's a close one.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's been better than last week, hope. And, of course, the voice of the GDFNL football call, the man who's been the mainstay for quite some time, taking over from the great Sir Eric Nichols, who actually bought the clock today, which is good. Dale Smith, how are you, Dale?
Yeah, nice, Spider. Looking forward to a good afternoon. As I said, we come out here today and see the sun shining was something I wasn't expecting, so we'll take whatever we can get, and hopefully there is a good game about it to be seen, because we got nothing last week. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately that's what you get with football some weeks. So let's hope Belpost Hill have come to play, and Winchelsea maybe can get themselves off the bottom of the ladder.
Hang on. You forgot the plan already, you moron.
I haven't forgotten anything.
Oh, well, I'll do it by myself.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
Rightio. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Smithy. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Yeah, you don't turn 60 too often, so let's take it a big day.
Only once.
How old is 62? You old coot. You old coot.
He tried to keep that quiet, listeners and viewers, but Grubby, of course, went out and scabbed a free breakfast from him this morning and got it out of him. So there's one bloke.
He actually said at the kitchen table, he said, it's 18th, it's your birthday on the 29th, and well, his is coming up. So
he's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but I'm 52.
Yeah, you won't be on the air that week, so you'll be a lot older than that, I tell you.
Maybe 5'2", mate. You ain't 52.
It just hit me. I thought, he's about to... I said, it must be pretty close to your birthday. And he just put his head down and said, it's today.
There's one bloke you don't tell anything to, mate. It's Grubby. Because once you tell Grubby, it's like the old bush telegraph. He's like Beverly off country practice.
When was yours? Yours was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
You're a bull. You're a bull, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a Taurus. Yeah.
Well, he's still a mate, but he's a bloody Gemini. I can't work that out.
He's got 2 heads.
I think it finishes on about the 21st.
First somewhere around there.
So that's probably why we don't get on too well on there, because we're all bulls. But anyway.
No, we don't get on too well because you're stupid and I'm not.
We get along fine, Dale. It's him that...
Both ears.
Yeah, okay, mate. Whatever.
See, Eric wasn't stupid, and I got on great with Eric.
Wow. well, we've got the clock here, so anyway.
Yeah, that's half the battle.
All right, lads. So we do have we're hoping for Belmont still beat Anaki last week, and Winch went down by 5 goals to
Top
Belmont.
of the ladder.
So we hope that we're going to have a great game today. I know we'll talk about it a bit later as the ins and outs of both sides. So, but of course, there's 5 other games today to be played. The first one out at what is it? Town and Country Pizza and Pasta Oval. It's the biggest. Imagine putting that in your business card out at Godfrey Street. Thompson taking on Cryo, of course. Massive shout out to Joel Bennett from what happened last week. Innocuous incident, but ended up with 3 fractures of the spine. And you don't have to state it. It is a massive out. Grub.
Oh, look, it's absolutely incredible. And as I text Darren during the week, it's don't worry about football. Just how is the boy, health-wise? We'll worry about footy a bit later on, which we're going to now.
Yeah.
And look, Darren and Linda, they were very, very worried, of course. And the good thing about it is he's home and he will recover. But in the meantime, he's going to do it pretty tough with his business and all that. So they do have a GoFundMe page. So, and the thing is, right, when the GDFL sides play, g'day Peter Kennedy, how are you, son? And we've got some good umpires today, boys. But when these teams play each other, sometimes it gets rough, it gets tough, and it gets spirited. And when the game's finished, we are just a fantastic community. The people, the opposition clubs get on fantastically. They have a beer. It's just a great community. So be part of that community. Get on the Facebook, find the GoFund page, and even if you've only got $10 to spare, throw it in, and please everyone listening from every club, because it might happen to one of your boys one day, and you might have to do it too. So find a couple of bucks, throw it in the GoFundMe page, and give this young fella, who I still believe is the best player in the comp, give him a fair go and at least make his life a little bit better for the next 6 months.
I've got to put this to you, Grub, because you haven't donated. Your daughter has, but you haven't.
It's my money.
It was out of her account.
No, hang on. In fairness, Ravi wouldn't have been able to find the GoFundMe page just like I would be able to do
That's
it.
right. She had to do it for me.
So it started Wednesday, and they had a goal of raising 10 grand. As of last night, there was over $22,000 in the GoFundMe page.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, let's get 30 plus.
And 10 grand of that was donated by their major sponsor, all in one.
How's
they
that?
put 10 grand in themselves.
Yep.
So
How's that?
Look, and I read through, there's 161 donations by last night. I read through them, and the names from, as you said, Grub, from other clubs was just phenomenal.
That's what we're like.
And you're right, it is. At the end of the day, we all know that something that happened was innocuous, but has a serious repercussion because it's a physical sport we play. But as you said, mate, the minute that final siren goes, you walk over the line, you have a share, you go in the room, you have a beer, don't you?
Well, that's what it's all about, and that's why we're so close. It's a great football community.
Yes. On to their game out there, mate. Thompson, disappointing last week, getting beat by North Geelong. You know, they've beaten Inverleigh and Bannockburn away in the last month. And lost 2 games at home.
Yep.
So,
Well, as I said, that'll be the question today, Spider, is which Thompson's going to turn up.
Well, so Freeman's out, but I think Chicken is Nick. I've just got forgotten his last name now. He's the assistant coach. I was just drawing a blank. He's back in. There's 2 others back in, so there's a couple of big changes in there.
Yeah, well, as I said, I think they should win the game of football because, unfortunately, with Joel Bennett out, that takes a fair bit out. And I listened to you both just for a brief call this morning.
Oh, you tune in, did you?
Oh, only because
I got stuck.
Only had to go up the street and get some
When
dog
it
nuts from
suited
my
him.
son. And I was in the car at the time, but I had to listen to it, and it said it's not going to be an individual that's going to make the difference out there at Cryo. It's going to be each and every one of them. It's to find a Joel Bennett replacement. You can't do
You're
that.
not gonna.
No. So that's where every player has got to find that little bit extra. And if they can do that today, they'll make a contest of it. But as I said, Thompson have been going along okay. You know, they've won games they probably thought they wouldn't have, and then they've gone the next week and lost games that they probably should have won and be at home. So they are at home today. They're heavy reliance upon Darcy Troop kicking goals for them. I understand that. They have got a good list of players in their squad, so there's no reason why they can't go out there. I think they will win today, and I reckon a little bit of margin, probably around the 4 to 5 goals. But as I said, let's hope the Cryo boys do find that bit extra for Joel. As I said, he's going to find it tough himself, but he's going to have to sit back and just watch. Can't do much about it, but that's out of his hands. Let's hope they go out there and perform very, very well. I'm tipping Thompson by about 5.
Yeah, look, I think it'll be closer than that out at Pepperoni Park, whatever they call it. But, look,
You've been waiting a week to say that, haven't you?
One with a what?
No, I just come into my head. Then it came into my head this morning, but I couldn't think of pepperoni. I was going to say Hawaiian or something, but yeah, look, I don't know what to make of Thompson either. They're really good one week, and they're not so good next week. I spoke to Johnny Mitchell this morning, and he said they were absolutely no good. They were gone. So I don't know. Do you trust him or not?
No, you don't.
Probably not. But like you mentioned, Troop, he was in their best players last week, and he's a very good player when he's playing good football. Billy Smets has been good. He wasn't so good last week, but he's been very, very good, and he could be the difference because, you know, with his ability, he's probably the one of the players that you can count up with. Joel Bennett has been a good player if he's playing his best footy. So I don't know what to make of him. Cryo, obviously Joel's not there, but Toby still is, and he's a ripping player. And they've got a Whitley medalist in his side in James. Young Hall's a good kid. Keely's been playing. Look, they've got not a bad side, but you're right. Well, you're not right. You actually pinched it off me. But you are right in saying no individual can take Joel Bennett's place. If every single player rallies behind their co-coach and their family, gets stuck in it and just improve 10% each, I think they'll rally around Joel today, and I think they'll win in a close one. I'm going to go for Cryo.
Green, to me, Green's a big in, a mobile ruckman.
Yes.
So that's a big in for them.
Did the other big fella stay in,
No.
Taylor?
No, he went out.
Yeah, I said that would happen, didn't I?
Yeah, you did say
Not
that.
sure you can play him in the same side, but he's done a damn good job
For the last 3
while
weeks.
Jack Green's been out. So don't worry about that.
So that, to me, that's a big in, and that's because like Thompson have been chopping and changing their ruck. Because once you lose Jarvis, I mean that's
Well, they haven't covered him. They haven't
well, you're not
covered
going
him.
to,
No,
are you?
no.
You don't pick up man mountains like unless you go in the middle of the forest somewhere, and
Lobbed down a tree.
Man Mountains with some class.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely with some class.
And I tell you who they missed too. They missed the boy that got hit in the grand final, young Jard Anderson. They really miss him too.
Yeah, they do. And that's, is what it is. All right, out to Dale, the town where Dale is the mayor. Banno versus the all-conquering Belmont Lions. Right.
I honestly, to God, cannot believe what happened out at Victoria Park last week. You know, I mean, Werribee can go out there and maybe get a win. That was always a chance. But to win by 10 goals, you've really got to have a look at how well they played. And you've also got to have a look at Bannockburn have been a little bit hit with injuries. I said this morning on hashtag we romanticise a little bit when the young kids play well. And I get carried away and boom them up. But when I look at this, all three of them weren't playing, and they're the nucleus of their side. They're not kids coming up anymore. They're the nucleus of their side. And by geez, they're missing him. Young Elzinger comes back. We spoke about Hose. I don't know where Hose is because he's not in the Falcons. They don't play this weekend. Don't know where he goes to school. If he goes to school, he might be, say he's at St Joey's. He may have played school footy during the week, and Falcons have said, "I don't play this week." I don't know. I must ring Ronnie and ask him because it's really interesting because I don't want to see him at Bannockburn. That's where I want to see him, and that's being selfish. But but they've still got like Fulton's still a good. He played well last week. Bowden, Bath, Kunchka, Marnie, Kelly. They still look like they've got the makings of a damn good side to me. They've got that young Fletcher Wilson that come in. Where's he from? Leopold?
Yep.
And Rob Mayborn as well, who was a ripping player. So, I don't know. They're up and down at the moment. They've got a few back today. But I don't know if it'll be enough because we've seen Belmont once. They're the best Belmont side that I've seen since 2007 when Harmy Williams coached them to a flag. And I just think with Hootsma, he's in the best again last week. He great the week before. Thompson, Murdoch. It's AFL. Is it AFL Bowen Indigenous week this week?
Yeah.
So, Macaulay Harrison, he's a lovely little kid, a good player, and he's not playing.
No.
Well, that's stuff that, didn't
but that's AFL Bowen Indigenous. I don't think we have it.
No, we'll call it
the
as well.
GDFNL don't have it the same week.
Well, I'm having it today.
We have it in NADOC.
Matter of fact, with the Indigenous week, we should have it every bloody week anyway. But anyway, top of the ladder, I didn't think they'd be that. I did pick them in the practice match, saying they'd be a lot better. Top of the ladder, undefeated, I wasn't so sure, but I think they're going to remain undefeated, and I think they can win at Bannockburn today.
Fair enough, Dale.
Yeah, look, as I said, I was pretty impressed with them the day they played against Anaki, and we know that Anaki didn't have their big ruckman in that day, but that's neither here nor there. The thing that really impressed me about them was, I think for the week we saw them, they had like a dozen goal kickers, so they're getting a spread right across the board from a group of players, not just relying upon one or two. Now, at Bannockburn, you've got Fulton, you've got Kunchka both playing the forward line. We know that who's the other bloke they said you got from Leopold played in the
Mayborn.
No, the other bloke
Phillips. Fletcher Wilson.
Yeah, like him and Battaglia. And just going through that, Spider, Battaglia, there was a horse riding yesterday somewhere.
Of course there was.
Spelt the same thing.
Yeah.
They
called
called
it
Battaglia.
Battaglia.
Yeah. Did you hear that too?
No, I didn't, but they're probably not of Italian descent, so
well,
they
that's
got it
okay.
wrong.
All right, so I'm going to go back to where I was before with Battaglia now because I feel like I got more comfortable with that. Anyway, so getting away from things. But having said that, look, I was a bit like Grub last week, a bit surprised at the result last week. I knew that Bannockburn had a few players out. Their depth is okay, but possibly now, having seen that, maybe not quite as good. And Werribee also had a couple come out, didn't they, before the game as well?
Tyler Crennan and Brad Carlton.
So there's two big outs as well. So, it's an apple for an apple last week, and they were just far too good for Bannockburn. I don't think they'll play that poorly again. And the only reason is, I said last week, I thought they come here to Winchelsea away from their own ground, they would have struggled, but they proved me wrong. I'm going to stay with Bannockburn because I live there and I'm going to go home there tonight.
Well,
but I'm still thinking that this Belmont side is far better than I gave them credit for as well. So I'm going to tip Bannockburn by a very, very small margin.
Fair enough. North Geelong versus Werribee. Two sides that had contrasting wins last week. North fell over the line by a solitary point against Thompson at Thompson, and Werribee travelled down to Banno and absolutely belted the suitcase out of them.
Could be the same question, Grub. Which Werribee turns up?
Well, that's right. You would think if they turned up and played football like that, they'd be in with a real chance. But North Geelong, we saw them against East. I thought they were going to get beat by 10 goals. They hung on for about a 4 or 5 goal because they never gave up. They got a couple of really, really good kids. Desna was a good kid. Both Jules. Tommy Swenison was back in the best, which is great to see. Travascus played all right. Young Billy and Penny. Look, they're better than I thought they'd be too. And I think I said it last week. Yeah, when they got Peter Riccardi, you thought, oh, well, what's he going to do with the blokes that he got there? Well, they've brought a few players with, or he got some players, or they got some players. But I think the way he structures up and the way he coaches the side, obviously he's got an AFL background, and I think he's doing a hell of a job with them. And he's really, really got them playing as good a footy as they can play at the moment. But I don't know, Werribee, Culliver's still a good player. Stevenson, Saliba played well last week. Chesterman most weeks. And young McDonald's kicking 3 or 4 goals a week. He's very, very dangerous up forward. Very, very hard for Werribee ever to go to North Geelong and win. And for the same reason Smithy tipped Bannockburn, I'm going to tip Werribee. But very, very, very close.
Dale.
Yeah, look, again, it's one of those situations where you hope that those sides can play at their best. And if that probably today would have been a great game of football to go and actually have a look at, because I definitely think that North Geelong have improved, taking some good steps forward. And as we know, with a young side, you're probably not going to get that consistency each week. But they seem to have found a little bit more consistency in their game of football. I think, again, Blake Miller, for me, I've always rated him as a kid when he played football. He's just a good kick of the football. And again, with him and a bib up forward, Fazio's been an additional player that's been able to come in. As I said, both Jules back in their senior side, still not both back in, which I really find hard to understand. But as I said, that's why I'm not coaching, and Peter Riccardi is doing the job. I think they're going about it okay. I like North Geelong because it's going to be at their home ground, and I think with the Swenisons back in that side, there's a bit more stability in that group, and I think they might be able to hold on and win the game of football.
Sorry, mate.
Go on.
I was going to say, I'm looking at the twos for North Geelong. The other Jules not in the twos either.
Okay.
So he may be injured.
Okay.
Sorry, Grub.
Just one thing, you're going the Swenisons and that can make a difference. I'm going the other way. I reckon Werribee's on ball and their forwards are as good as most in the comp. I think they go pretty well there. I think they've got a bit of work to do in their back line. Now, if they can find a ruckman to compete with Big Paddy Daly, Mitch Habib and Blake Miller up forward, if they get it into them well enough, they're going to be very, very hard to stop with the back line Werribee have got. So I reckon for North Geelong to win, I think those two blokes can kick 4 or 5 each and do that.
Yeah, well, as I said, as I said, Jordan Cam last week would have been the ruckman. I know he's not the same as Paddy Daly because he's just a monster compared to the other two. But when you look at their defence at Thompson, and you've got Seligen back there, Mowat back there. I know Maguire doesn't play there a lot, but he can also go back there. They've got some good strength back there. So if you're sort of rating backlines against backline, you would think the Thompson backline would be better than what Werribee are going to present up as a thing. So that's why I think if they can kick a winning score against Thompson at Thompson, I just reckon at home that's the reason I reckon they might just have the sway on Werribee. But having said that, Werribee were monstrous last night.
I tip Bannockburn. I don't tip against Werribee unless I really think they're going to get beat. The close ones I'll always go with the heart. But I thought last week they probably couldn't win. They won by 10. So
is Taylor still in their senior side? Yes.
Blake Taylor.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's had a few injury problems, but he's back. He's in there. So and he gives them a fair bit of lift. But I don't even bother why we're tipping because anything can happen this year.
Yeah, we haven't been great, have we?
No one has.
Did you just see that, boys? You watched that? The big bloke limping off now. He's taking the mark 45 out. He's going to kick it. He's kicked the ground, and Luxembourg's gone 15 metres and landed in his teammates' hands. He's going back and had a shot at goal. The big fella's about to limp off, I think, from kicking the ground. Anyway, the next game, I've been told that the bin needs to be cleaned. Apparently, Grubby, they said if you're sitting in front of the bin, you should be cleaning it behind you.
I'll take the cans home for my granddaughter.
So it looks good on TV. I said, if you're not looking at our heads, then there's something wrong with you. Geelong West Giants versus Inverleigh, Grub, out at West Oval.
Well, yeah, West. Tell you what, if we get a game like we did last week, I'll be in the bloody bin. Don't worry about that. I'll curl up inside it and put all the rubbish over my head because they were terrible last week. But they have made 7 changes this week, and I'm led to believe at least 6 of them are players that should have been playing anyway because of injury. So their team's going to be strengthened today, no end. That side, if that side that we saw last week run out today, I'd give them no chance whatsoever. But as I said, injuries have really cruelled them, and they're starting to get them back. I hope all the blokes they put in are fully fit, and if they do, I reckon they'll give a good account of themselves. Burke was good last week, even good enough for Smithy to give him a vote. Jenkins, Brown, Edwards, Ginn. They've got Craven here in the best. I didn't quite have him in mind, but, you know, they will improve with 7 changes. Inverleigh at 10th, and I just can't believe it. They probably can't believe it. No one can believe it. They've still got footballers out there like Love, Grundle, Tyquin, Meehan. Look, you know, they've got some Buck Donahue. They're just not clicking. But sooner or later, I think they will. They're sitting in 10th position. I still think they'll make the finals. But to do that, they have to start playing better footy today. They have to beat West today. And I'm going to tip them to beat West today.
They, what's his name? Carey was named in the initial squad. So that's good news for West.
What's so good about that? He played last week, according to Smith. Yeah, that was his brother running around there as well. For different mothers, Viney was his name.
Viney was, yeah. He was named in the initial squad, but he's not named in the side to play. So he must be close. He played well for the first half last week.
Who are the ins? Because it actually say there, Spider.
Nah, not on here. I said if I can find the article, I'll.
They'd have to have some good ins because if you're going to bring blokes in, you've got to drop blokes out of the side. And obviously, last week, they were disappointing. Now, I know you can play a brand of football, and I know they coming from a GFL senior side back to a GFL side back to a GDFL side. Mm-hmm. If they're going to play that same game of football and you haven't got the quality of players, I think you have to change it just a little bit. What I'm saying there is West last week, every time they had the ball, their initial thought was to look for the little 10 to 15 metre kick and get ground. And they did that not only once or twice, but they looked for the third option. Every time the third option came up, they turned the ball over. Now, that's obviously either a lack of skill from in the side or, as I said, they're bringing blokes into the side now that can actually play a bit better than what they can.
So here's the changes for you, Dale.
Yep.
Matthew Sondergeld, Aaron Hutchison, Justin Carey was named as not playing, Harry Fraser, Oscar Miller, Oscar Fratz and Harry Smith. So out was Callum Roberts, Deng, Frawley, Pollard, but Pollard's in, so obviously he's come back in for Carey. Facey, Turner, and Keane was also named as an out, but he's in the side now too. So.
Yeah, okay. So they've made some changes, but again, it's not massive to watch.
No, it seems to me it is pretty big.
Yeah, but still, you got three or four that I would think that would actually make a difference in this side.
Well, they're the recruits. I reckon 3 or 4 of them are the recruits, which we don't know too much about. But if they reckon they could play, and they were their recruits, I think it could be massive. I think it could.
Well, they've been playing footy, so it's going to take them a little while to get that bloody football back into them. I said, I don't know whether they've been training for 2 or 3 weeks. That's all well and good, but everyone knows when you go out and play a game of football, it's a completely different kettle of fish. Ask some of those blokes at league football when they go out there and they think they're okay to get through a game of football, and 10 minutes into a game of footy, their hamstring goes or something like that because they've had an issue with it. So,
well, here's a question for you. Mm-hmm. Last week they played that little possession game, which to me looked like they were just trying to keep it off East.
Yep.
Because obviously they weren't that comfortable with the side with 7 blokes out. With these 7 blokes back in, will that give them a reason to change their game a little bit because they're more comfortable with their side?
Well, I hope they do, because if they did what they did last week, the second or third skill will turn them over again and Inverleigh will get possession. Now, having said that, Inverleigh have made a few changes themselves and bring in some of their kids again, so that's going to make things a little bit harder for them. They're not playing. They're playing okay football, but they're not winning games, so they're still lacking that killer instinct to finish games off. Now, if they can't find that pretty quickly, then they might find their season gone in the next couple of weeks. Now, I think with that, having said that and knowing that, I think their drive, their drive and their passion to get out there and win a game of football should be massive. So they should be looking to win this game of football and knocking West on the head as early as they possibly can.
Get their percentage.
Well, not even the percentage, but just to take West's confidence out. If they've got 7 changes, they might think, I'm half a chance. If you can take that thought out of their mind saying, look, we brought 7 blokes in, but we're no better off, maybe they sit back and do what they did last week and just, fade away. I give West a real opportunity here this afternoon with the changes Inverleigh have made. I think Inverleigh will win, but I reckon the margin will be less than 2 goals.
Well, with Inverleigh, we spoke about it this morning. You and I did over that lovely breakfast that Christine cooked. But like with the players that they lost, do you think they were a little bit underrated losses, like Circuit and Youngie? Through the finals, they
the
kept
two
them
blokes
going.
down back, Alfred and
Alfred was massive too during the final series.
And they kept them going through the final series. That added to, they hadn't won one since, 91 or 2, a long, long time. They've won one. Is there such a thing as called premiership hangover, or is it just rubbish?
I think it's just rubbish, personally.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing. It's not a hangover, it's a mental thing. And when you play, I think, to me, personally, when you play the big days like that, you give other sides get to watch that video and get to pull it apart. And they can make differences. But I don't know. I mean, it is a big thing, a big emotional thing, but I think it's rubbish. You go to the footy 100%, you play, that's it.
You watch those games against, we spoke about it again against Warner Grubby, against Bannockburn that day, their first 8 scoring shots were all singles, all minors. So if they had kicked 5-3 or 4-4, the whole game would have changed on its end.
Yeah, they win the game.
But, and then evenly from, as I said, we spoke about it last week, against East Geelong and against Thompson, I think both of those sides kicked 5 goals before Bannockburn, Inal got themselves on the thingo, on the scoreboard. But all of a sudden, they made that change late, and I think they're beaten by less than 2 goals.
Thompson was a goal.
Yeah, and I think the other one was a very close situation as well. So they're playing okay football.
Yeah.
And probably had the chance last week against Cryo to take the game. It was just, and even probably lose the game in the end because Cryo had the last 4 scoring shots, which could have made a difference again. So they're thereabouts, a bit like Winchelsea today. They've been thereabouts, playing some good football, but just little passages of football is becoming very costly to them, and they can't win the game of football.
Well, 30 points down at one stage last week.
When Morey took over last year, they didn't have lost the game. So that's just confidence in the group. Now, maybe they've lost some of that confidence with those blokes going out, that experience that they maybe didn't value that highly. But, shit, when you take that sort of stuff out, I know, that's just what I said. I
thought it was grubby for a minute.
You've got to be able to put something back into it. And the quality they have put in, maybe not quite up to where those 4 blokes are.
But the good thing for them is the way this season is going with the upsets and the unbelievable results, they're still in touch.
Yeah, that's right.
Not far
They're
away.
6 points out.
Yeah, and we watched them on Anzac Day, and except for their bad kicking, I thought they played okay. So,
yeah.
I'm still tipping them to make the finals.
Oh, the better side for 3 quarters, Anzac Day.
Yeah.
They really were.
3 quarters and 10 minutes.
And 10 minutes, yeah.
I think if their next 3 weeks will really serve up their
where they're at.
Yep, I think they've got, as I said today, West at home, follow Anaki, maybe even North Geelong the week after that. So 3 games that
3 winnable games.
Yeah, very much so. And if they can't win them all, I think they're in a fair bit of trouble.
Well, they might have to win them because I think someone told me, now I might be wrong here, but I think Jack Filet might be going overseas again.
Oh.
And I'm definitely sure that Matty Tyquin is. He might miss 4 or 5 weeks, Matty Tyquin. So that puts him a bit back behind the 8 ball as well.
Do they play cricket, those blokes?
No, they don't. Actually, they don't.
That's why you have a cricket season.
Is Jack going to get married? Is he overseas where he proposed last year?
That may or may not be wrong. Right.
I'm sure Cheeser will let us know.
Well, the other bloke who's missing's dad told me that he's going away, Matty, so anyway, that's going to be right.
Anyway, final sirens just sounded here for the reserves. 14-16-100. Winch convincing winners over Belpo still 3-6-24. Right, the final game before we move on to the match of the round. Anaki versus East Geelong out at Anaki. Here's the ins for East Geelong, Grub. Ali Mars, Jaden Fanning, Billy Andrew.
Big.
Out. Samson Brunt, obviously Jozapovic's gone out from last week, and Jack Beardsall.
Ooh.
Obviously can't carry the weight of being our best player, Dale.
Oh, he must be injured.
Oh, I would imagine so, but there's no ins and outs for Anaki, so I can't tell you what's happening there, but their side looks very similar to last week.
Lloyd wouldn't be playing that, would he?
No, Lloyd is not playing.
Lever
is not playing.
Well, I don't think they can all play on the same side anyway with the points. But
So Anaki East out at Foot Trot Flats, lads.
Well, except for Beardsall, that's a win-win situation with the blokes coming in for East Geelong.
Massive.
You know,
Huge.
And that's what they need to do because they've already got the momentum going. And if they just get better and better and better with personnel, they're definitely going to get better and better and better on the field. And I still think they're the equal best side that I've seen. Mind you, we've seen them 3 times, so we've had a good look at them.
Have a look at it, though. This time last year, Grub, this is when the horror injury started. The injury run started, but now they're getting players back. I mean, look, young Samson Brunt, I think he's been okay. He was okay again last week, and he was okay when he came in for Fanning a couple of weeks ago when we seen him. But so he's out because obviously Fanning's back in.
Well, the kid's good enough that you don't drop him for other blokes coming up from the twos. But unfortunately, with these ins, somebody's got to go.
Yeah.
And I tell you, if I was coach, I'd be grabbing him and saying, mate, you don't really deserve to go out. But the thing you got to do is get out in the twos this week and show us that we were wrong. Play the best game you can. We'll get you back in the ones at some point because I think he's good enough. You know, it's just that he's in one of the better sides at the moment. He'd probably be running around everyone else's a lot of other.
Yeah, he'd be centre half back and every other side, wouldn't he?
So, but look, don't do that because I think you'll be okay. They were good last week, but again, as I said before, the opposition was poor. Don't shy away from it.
You can't say any other way, right?
No, it was poor. But yeah, look, Anaki, they'll give them a run for their money, Anaki, because they're playing pretty good footy. And I just wish, for Anaki's sake, they probably, in these next couple of weeks, they had maybe the lower sides to get a few wins up on the board, but I don't think it's going to come against East. I think they're playing well, but I just don't think they're playing well enough to beat East.
Fair enough.
So East Geelong, Watson Searle would be one of the only ones.
Beardsall's
and
out.
Menzies.
Yeah, Menzies has got to come back. Watson Searle's got to come back.
And Beardsall.
Beardsall's out this week.
So that'll be pretty close to
their best side.
They're not too far away, are they? Yeah, look, it's going to be a big job. As I said, very impressive last week. Did what they had to do.
Josipovic, obviously, he's
obviously,
a walk-up start.
Yep. So I just think the way they're going about their football at East Geelong, they're slowly, as I said, just they're building, and probably their list of football squad now is as good as anyone's going around in our level. The addition of that Jack Dixon, I think it was, that was come into their side, hadn't seen much of. I thought he was okay. We know what McLaughlin can do off the half-back line. Both he and Crombie last week provided that little bit of dash from the middle. And
Sam Lowe was missing for half a game last week, but he's been named today.
Who's that?
Sam Lowe.
Yep. Yeah, well, he sat up on the bench. It might have been just precaution because of the way the state of the game was. They didn't want to risk any further injury there, so that was ideal. So, look, as I said, East Geelong for me will beat Anaki out there. They coach back from suspension today, I think. Only got a week, didn't he?
Yeah, only got a week.
Yeah, that's all right. So,
his brother will be back too.
I'm actually looking at the side, and he's not named.
I think he was away for a couple of weeks. He was back in Queensland, I think.
Oh, that's why. So he was having a holiday for his holiday.
Yeah, but I think someone tell me he's actually living up that way.
It could be. He could be.
So I don't know what the story is, but then it doesn't matter anyway. I just think, from what I've seen so far, East Geelong will be better than Anaki, and they will win the game of football, and I think comfortably, to be honest, comfortably.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, on to today's game, gents. As we said, we're hoping for a nice close one. Belpost Hill, unfortunately, have lost players that they really can't afford to lose. Speaking of their captain in Jack Yates, and of course Sam Quinn, who's as Tari said before, has been intercept king, but then again, I suppose they haven't been that great in the last few weeks. Belpost Hill,
well, they've been seeing enough of the ball down there, Spide, so he's got to intercept a few.
They won last week, so you only beat what's put out in the park. So I'm just trying to get I got rid of the ins and outs before I did this. I forgot about this game, but anyway, that's okay. Winch, of course, Tav Grubby, as I mentioned this morning. Tav Sawney's not in, so you've got O'Hanlon, Stevenson, Sawney and Morris out for Winch. In come Riley Berg, Kersop Cole, Huff and Henry. So, and Belpost still have got, I said those couple of big outs in Quinn and Yates. So your thoughts, Grub?
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. Well, as I say, we haven't seen Winch, but just listen to that. Their ins and outs like for like. I think they've got a couple of good outs, but they've got a couple of good ins coming in as well. Kersop Cole, I like his pace. He's a bit like McLaughlin from East. He gets that and he moves quick, and I love blokes that move that quick. So they've got good ins, but they've got the outs are pretty good players as well. Belpost Hill, we all thought they'd be really, really bad when they lost all those great players. Who, in actual fact, their team up there still hasn't won a game.
Haven't got close.
And 10 goal losses, so I don't know what's going on.
Is that serious?
Yeah, that's serious, yeah. Haven't got close. Yeah. They played the 4 top sides from last year and belted every time.
Yeah, so that's a bit, but I just thought Tari and his committee and his coaching people, I thought they did a great job in getting kids here, other blokes there. They got Sable back. They got a few of these blokes back in to try and be competitive, and they've been really good. And, and then they come out here today and they've lost a few more. Like Yatesy went in last week. They kicked 4 goals, which in a 1-point victory is so precious, really. And
Bit his ankle.
Yeah, and as you say, Quinny's been playing well and they're out. And who was the ins and outs for Bellpost?
It hasn't got the ins and outs, mate.
Okay.
Sorry, it didn't actually say who they were. Well, Kegsy was named in the side, but he's not playing.
No, he played at twos.
Well, Sam, they've actually put the side in from the week before because they've got Sam Quinn in the side, but he's obviously not playing. So I have no idea who's come in.
Yeah, so it's a bit hard to tell, but you know it's good to see young. How do you say it?
Fashurin, yeah.
He was in their best last week, so that's good. The two Norman boys, I think Josh has been playing really well. Now he's won his way into the seniors after some really good performances in the twos. Last week when we tipped this game, when we said we're going to go to this game, I had a bit of a thought about it. I thought, I think Bellpost might be able to, but during the week with those injuries going out, I'm just going to have to lean to Winch at home today.
Well, Benny Muir's back in, so he
Run machine.
Did a calf against Cryo. He said it was the old man injury. It was cramp, but I said, no, you've done a calf, you're old, so he's come back in.
Well, yeah,
the third best 36 ever at Bellpost still.
Yeah, they say that, but Quinny's done a calf, and he could be 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, calves aren't any good. Apparently Belmont's seconds have lost their first game. Anaki's twos have beaten them.
Wow.
So, yeah, no, it doesn't say who's in and who's out, mate, so I can't help you with that. So who wins?
How many times do you want me to say it, you idiot?
Just once that I hear.
Oh,
Caleb Brown's out again. Seems to be in for 1 week and out the next.
Is he out, is he?
Yeah, well, he's
Dale,
not. He's
what are
not.
your thoughts, mate?
He's
Just ignore Grubby.
Well, he's not. He's not playing
He
either.
told you the whole thing.
There's
You're
important.
too busy butting in.
There's too many important people in games of football, and Caleb Brown for me is one of the blokes that they need playing on a weekly basis. Your mate Tav Sawney, I reckon he's another bloke that provides that little bit of class through the middle of the ground. Just interesting to see out there, like Cassidy Parrish. He's a tall lad. I don't know where they're going to play him, but he looks like he's nearly their tallest bloke. He'll probably play in the ruck, but I think Maloney's been doing most of that work. From just speaking to Daniel before the game, as I said, he's a little bit disappointed. Well, I suppose you have to be disappointed being in the situation where they are at the bottom of the ladder. But he said we've never been at the bottom of the ladder with a percentage of 90%. So they're obviously doing some things right. And again, I think just like most other sides, it's just little passages of 5 minutes of play which are costing them. And that's been weighed pretty heavily. I think last week they said they three-quarter time, just before three-quarter time, Belmont kicked the last two of the quarter, which stretched the margin from 2 goals to 4, and then obviously puts them just out of reach. I know you still have 30 minutes of football to play, but they haven't been able to find that. So Bellpost still with their injuries, it does make it hard. They're starting to get some players back into their side. Jones, Norman, those younger blokes that are all coming through. Locke Haynes, I don't know much about him, where he's come from or who he is. So looking forward to see those guys. They have got Daniel Bannister in their side. Mm-hmm. He is obviously going to ruck for them. He is one of their taller players. He'll need to do a fair bit of work, obviously, for them around the ground. Hopefully they did what other clubs are doing and giving other blokes just a cutout for 15 or 20 minutes in there just to give him a spell, and he could be a valuable option just to be able to sit in the goal square as well, to be a marking option. I think Winchelsea, from everyone who I speak to, think that they're better than their results currently are. So I think at home today they'll need to make some steps forward because, as I said, at where they sit right now, it wouldn't be a great feeling for them, and I would think they would be looking to play getting close to playing finals football, and not too far away from that either. Having said that,
no, they're 2 games out.
So they need to start stringing some games together. I think today will be their first. Let's hope Bellpost can put up a good effort and make a good contest of it.
Haynes has played at Geelong West, the GFL side, Newtown, Grovedale, and St Kilda City. So, okay, that's where he's come from. So there you go, mate. Stats do work occasionally. Tell us where people are from.
If you know where St Kilda City play.
They're probably in St Kilda.
What league?
I don't know. Probably the one of the Metro leagues, wouldn't they?
Could be the F grade washed up league. Who knows?
That's where you play, isn't it?
Or it could be the next best league up to St Kilda. You might get a game of St Kilda in the AFL at the minute.
Grubby, do you know who umpires are today, mate?
I do. The field umpires are Tim Ellis, who I think we've had him as he's a good umpire. David Harbison, I don't know, but let's hope he does a great job like the last couple of weeks. And Peter Kennedy, who's I think one of the best umpires going around. The boundaries are Xavier Westhorpe, Kai Hohenstein, Charlotte McKinnon, and Ruby Weathermead.
We've had both of them before, I think.
Yes, and I tell you what, they do a really, really good job. And even when the little kids, when they throw it in, you better throw that one back in again. It only happens once or twice. It used to happen a lot. So they've been coached really, really well. And the goal umpires, Ian Simpson, and, of course, the great man, Peter Schilder.
Well, thank you for that, Grub, and I'm glad none of you... Well, who's ringing? It's not me.
Potential fraud.
Yeah.
Potential fraud.
That's where one was before.
Was it?
Suspected spam or something.
He's on me contacts list, I think. One thing I forgot to say about Belmont. They got a bloke back in the side today who hasn't played this year, who we thought was just a magnificent player. And obviously he's got some fitness back. He's back in. Is Sam Jones is back in the Belmont side. So if he plays like he does last year, that just adds to Belmont's
well, that day at Anaki in the reserves, I actually asked why he wasn't playing senior footy.
well, now he is.
Yeah.
So that strengthens him heaps if he can produce the footy produced last year.
And that's what I was glad you didn't pick up. I actually said Anaki beat Belmont in the seconds. When it was Bannockburn who beat Belmont in the seconds, 51-26. So they've done it pretty easily.
Who won? Who?
Bannockburn beat Belmont. So Belmont's seconds lost their first game.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so Bannockburn beat them so by 25 points. So that opens that competition up a bit more too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So it's fantastic to see right across that. So, Grubby, I don't know if you won't have you got it with you. The stats you read out this morning about the winning margins last week.
I do have it somewhere.
On hashtag was phenomenal between the three leagues. You want to go through the winning margins from last weekend?
All right. Well, just quickly, this is the overall of when you add them all up, right? In the GFL, the aggregate winning was 400 points when you total them all up.
In 6 games.
Right, in 6 games. The Ballerine in 5 games was 353, right? And the GDFL, 184. Now, look, it's a special round. We had 2 one-pointers in the draw. I understand that. But as I said this morning, people say, they ask you, are the points working or are they not? Well, in the GDFL, it looks like they are, and in the other 2, it looks like they aren't.
Well,
so
90 of those 180 points come from one game. That's the game we watched.
Yeah, and I think...
And 60 from one
and
other.
60 from the other.
Yeah, 150 from 2 games.
Yeah.
From 2 games, and then there was
30-something
30 from the Winch versus Belmont game. So
I'm being a bit funny because it is a special round that we did have in the GDFL last week.
But I reckon if you did the stats for the entire year, it wouldn't be far wrong. I mean, maybe the GD might go to 250.
Yeah.
But there hasn't been, I can't think of any real massive hidings.
No, and the thing is, you're going to get massive hidings in the GFL pretty much every week.
Yeah.
Right? Whoever plays St Albans, maybe the good sides who play North Shore, Lara, Grovedale at the moment, they're going to belt them.
Well, 186 points. Grove got beaten by the other week by St Mary's.
Yeah, and what really worries me, as I said earlier, Geelong West were 4th.
Yep.
Right? And they got beat by 91 points.
No, Bell Park were 4th. Dale's old side.
Bell Park, sorry, yeah. 91 points they got beat by, and they were sitting 4th. That really worries me.
It does. Right, Al, do you want to lead in with the promo for the first quarter, please, mate? Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't.
He's talking a bucket, I'll bet you.
His battery's gone flat and he's hearing that again.
Hey, he's talking a bucket, and Bucket's interrupting him. Looking forward, looking back. Well, there you go.
Oh, here it is. The couple of minutes from the start, players just making their way to their positions. Look like Bellpost Hill are kicking towards the old gun club here at Winch, and the Winch side are kicking towards Colac. So that's as close as we can get, or the town centre, I suppose.
The old gun club. Old Dickie Philpott, he used to love the gun club.
It's good fun during cricket season, Grub. You see out here and all you can hear is everything. So you're appealing every second ball for a caught behind. The ball hasn't been bowled, you're appealing for a caught behind. Anyway, we're about to get underway here. We've got about a minute or so, 2 minutes till we start. They're looking over here for the red light so they can, we finish with our ads and whatever. Like they do. It's still bathed in sunshine. The ground is looking in magnificent condition, so all augurs well for a fantastic clash, Dale.
Yes, we hope so, Spider. As I said, we don't want to see too many games like we saw last week.
But I think it's fantastic. We're round 7. We've seen every single club, so
yes, we have.
We get a good read on what's going on. Well, play is about to start.
Sean Morris. I'm not too sure where he's come from, but he's doing the ruck for the Winchelsea side.
Would you like me to jump on and find out for you, mate?
Well, if you can find out some information, Spider, that'd be good.
Always happy to help, buddy.
We know Bannister, ex-Belmont Lion.
Yes.
Now in the Panthers lineup, yes, doing the ruck work.
Sean Morris, here we
Brody
go.
Hecker's going to be the starting off there today in
There
the
we
ruck,
go.
it looks like it. So there's another change in the plan. So the ball thrown in the air, over the top, ball gets to the ground, Morris spreads the ball down. Again, Belpo still with Summers around the contest, picked up there, Cassidy, got the ball back to Morris, and he looks to go on the left foot, goes long into their forward line, and it's been spoiled out there in defence, picked up by Herman, brings the ball back towards the middle of the ground, and it's a good kick. We'll play it the extras in the hands of McIntyre. Running player again, Herman on the left boot, short, letting up player there. Marcus taken there by Norman. He goes quickly again. Skill this time, not so good. Ball is turned over. Mark taken by Marnaki, and Marnaki now plays on and goes back towards centre wing. That's a good low flat kick, and the mark has been taken out there by Simmons. He plays on, handball outside to Berg, and he goes long into their forward line. Mark not taken in defence. That could be Bannister maybe that's down there in defence, and he has probably put the ball to ground. It's going to be umpire coming in, and he will take possession of it.
Just quickly, mate, Merrigum, Shepherd and Shep Junior Katandra Football Club is where Morris is from.
Okay, doesn't mean a lot to me, but anyway, so there you go.
The Bacola League, Katandra.
The ball in their half forward line, we're talking Winchelsea, and the ball has run over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in, which will take place. Umpire now just waiting for the boundary umpire to throw that ball back into the field of play. That's not a bad throw either from the young fella. Ball out the back of the contest. Ball running in now is picked up out there. I think that was O'Connell that had possession of it. They are still top of the goal square there. It's bobbling around a fair bit. It's a lot of players around the contest as well, but the umpire says it's not going to come out of there too quickly. Let's have it back. Ball up, 20 metres out.
So I think umpires are wearing the Indigenous tops today, designed by Josh James, who's current senior field coach. He also designed the AFL ones as well.
So ball thrown up at the top of the square there. Tapping the ball out there was Maloney. Ball comes out the back, so Belpo still relieves some pressure. Kick out to the half-back line. Marcus not taken out there. Into the hands now of Norman. Went back on the right boot, kicks around the body. And that's a good little bit of work there. Picked up by Muir. Goes into the centre wing or over the top of there. Jones has it. He continues on. Delivers the ball into their forward line. Good ball there from Parrish. Go to Boulavalis. Didn't take the ball cleanly. Belpo still picked up through Martin. Goes back towards goal. He is offline through for the first score of the afternoon. It is a minor. So Belpo still to that solitary behind. And Winchelsea are yet to score. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. We have gone 2.5 minutes.
Why are they wearing those tops anyway? It's not
because it's AFL.
It's not GDFL. It's not duty in the GDFL, you said.
Anyway, the ball's been brought back in. Taking off is O'Connell now. Gets the ball out wide. Kicks long in line. It's a wonderful kick too. It's come off very, very nice. A quick handball over the top. Not so good. Taken now. Handball back over the top there. Now running down the wing here. Winch looking to have a bounce. First bounce. Second bounce. No. Decides to drive long into the forward line. Just sits it up and unfortunately hasn't hit his own teammate. Taking the cut off by Belpo, still handball to Herman, who handballed it straight back, put his team under immediate pressure. Now falls in the hands of Alice. Alice goes out wide, steadies the ball up now. So Winch just outside their attacking 50 here. We've travelled.
Might be Riley Berg, possibly.
Yes, I think it might be. It's a long way away. We've travelled just over 3 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter. So
Berg's here.
Berg, no, it's not Berg then, mate. So coming in now, shot for goal. It looks on target, but doesn't quite get the distance. Not rushed through for a minor score. Ball has been escorted over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary line throw in. I think it was Simmons.
Jack Simmons it was.
Was Simmons who had that one. So Winch deep into attack here. Waiting for the boundary umpire to throw the ball in. Ball is in now. Brought down towards that was Lee Ellis again, who I think we've seen him had a field day out here one day, didn't he? Grub last year.
Oh, a couple of times, yeah. He's a very, very good player, and he really knows how to sort of go down and get a head-high shot, because I think that Belpo still was unlucky there. I think he contributed to that, Lee Ellis.
Yeah, well, the umpire's seen it that doesn't really matter, mate, if you contributed to it or not.
Well, it does to me.
Okay, well, it doesn't to the umpire. He's the important person.
You keep ducking your head and keep getting whacked. You deserve a good whack in the head. Now.
So Alice now coming in from about 15 metres out. Looks beautiful off the boot. It's a fantastic kick. So the first goal for Winch, courtesy of Lee Ellis. They lead the game 1 goal, 6 points to Belpo still solitary 1 behind. We've gone 4.5 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter.
Yeah, it was probably remiss of me to leave him out in our pre-game talk, because he is a very, very good player, Lee Ellis. He's had his ups and downs. He had a bit of weight problems at one stage when I think it might have been his hammies or something, and he couldn't train probably. But when he's fit, he's a very, very good player. And as soon as he got that free kick, you can almost put it in your book because he's a lovely shot for goal.
Who was the other one that played through the middle last year that racked up possessions? I think he's playing soccer now. He's done the shoulder.
Yeah.
Bugger to find.
Yeah, no.
I think you're making it up.
Nah.
Ball back in the middle. Hecker and Morris do battle again. Both ruckmen hit it the same way. Ball hits the deck. Picked up there by Parrish. Parrish gets a nice quick handball out. Driving Winch forward again on the move here. Plenty of space out in front. Beautiful kick. Beautiful pick up there was by Gould. Gould drives it forward and finds his teammate leading strong out.
Brenton Reese.
Yeah, Brenton Reese.
Gee, he's another.
That was him.
Yeah.
Tom Maloney. Tom Maloney now. Yeah, Brenton Reese was the one I was thinking of. He could play. So Tom Maloney now, deep in the forward pocket, right in front of the social rooms here at Eastern Reserve. Coming in. No real wind to speak of here, gents. So hits the boot nicely. Bending back a little bit. Just going over too far. Through for a minor score. So the first one for Winch. So 1-1-7, leading Belpo still one behind. We've travelled 6 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Benny Muir doing the kicking in for Belpo still. Daniel Gretzky running water for the Winchelsea side. Good man, Daniel. And the ball is a little short chip to the pocket.
Give or take.
Herman.
Take you or leave you.
Daniel Herman. Jet Herman now with the ball. He goes into the centre back position. Kick also good. Fantella. Long sleeves on. Won't worry him whether it's 20 or 30 degrees. Same thing. Ball, another short chip up the ground. So they're running from the half back line now. Herman again. Kicks outside. That's a good kick, good lead, and a good mark there to McKay. Spins and goes into the half forward line. They've got some good running players down the field. They've moved the ball nicely. They get in towards Norman. He looks back inside. And another great kick. Mark has been taken out this time by Edwards, and he's going to go back and have a look at goal from about 25 metres out.
What a beautiful piece of football.
You know the other one Belpo's still missing? Tom Bryans.
Bryans, yeah.
He's out injured too.
The other bloke with a back injury that's come back and played and then's missing again.
Sable, Andrews.
Nah, Andrews, that's
Yeah,
him.
Andrews. Obviously, Flacavento is not playing, of course. They've got a long injury list compared, plus the blokes that left.
So Tyler Edwards comes in, kicks that goal. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad kick. He liked it straight off the boot, and it is straight back over the umpire's head. Their first of the afternoon. Ties things up here, one apiece. We have gone 7 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
It just shows you don't have to have your superstar players that they have had in the greatest dynasty of all time. You get some young blokes when they produce football like that. It is beautiful to watch, no matter who does it. It was just fantastic football all the way up, some precision kicks to position, and in the end, you see a lot of them squander and kick it out in the ball. He kicked it straight through the middle, and that's the football that we come here to see. And if we get that football from both sides all day, we're going to have a bloody good day out here.
Unlike the reserves full forward to kick the ground.
Yeah, well, that happens. I only ever done it about 15 times in my life. But
I did it once.
Mick McGuan.
Of course, you would never have done it.
No, I wouldn't have done it. No.
Of course not.
I didn't get the ball grubby.
I did it once, kick it out from fullback at Newdown Chiller, kick it straight to the full forward, kick it straight back over here.
That I have done. That I had done a couple of times at Cressy. So back in the middle now, Morris and Hecker to go at it again. Morris gets up nice and high, but doesn't quite get a hand of the ball. Ball hits the deck. Players dive in here. I think we're going to have a secondary ball up, and that is going to be the case. So umpire to have another go. Players to clear it out. So Hecker and Morris, ball in the air, both jump. Morris wins that one down as far as Parrish. Parrish wrapped up in a tackle immediately. I think McIntyre might have the job on Cassidy Parrish in the middle. He seems to be lining up. He's a bit like Dill Whitney too. Got the tattoos all over the arm, wearing the 16. So ball goes up again. Hecker goes early. Ball comes to ground. Quick little handball out. Quick kick forward. Out in the space again. In the lead, or pushed in the back maybe there, but no, Mar not paid. So tap ball. Mar ends up with the ball again. Goes to struggle tackle. Throws on the boot. Luck could be a fortune. No, Kerins couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the ground. It's holding the man, I would have thought, but no. Quick handball up there. Parrish goes across here again to Gould. Gould, mongrel punt along the ground. Picked up in defence there and cleared, but only as far as Kersop Cole. So Kersop Cole with a bit of time now. Goes out to Cassidy Parrish. You're right, he's a big unit, isn't he?
Yep.
He chips the ball over top. Mark not taken down there. So picked up by Gould, goes back to Parrish. Parrish goes to kick the ball in, but only succeeds to kicking over the boundary line on the full. So Belpost will have a relieving free kick from defence.
That hurt him too.
10 minutes gone, Morris Finance, first quarter.
So ball back inside now. Dangerous kick, but it's worked okay. The ball now, Hecker across the ground once again, so into the other back pocket. They may maintain possession of the ball, but again, just looking to get it forward now. Short options available. It goes long now towards centre wing. Coming up, Martin, ball from behind, goes over the boundary line. And it was good work there from Finn Parrish. Gets the ball there. So little chance to reset on centre wing, far side of the ground.
You haven't called Bailey Carl yet, mate.
Thank God. He's out there too. You just saw him end of the field to play. He's also got the long sleeve jumper on.
Mm-hmm.
Ball thrown back in. I'll get it wrong. Don't worry, you've already mozzed me now. So ball from that contest. Actually, I won't even call his name. I'll just say this Winchelsea player or something like that. Out the far side again, not coming out of the contest. There's plenty of players around that. Again, Fantella over the top of the ball. Umpire's circling but says no. Let's have it back. We'll have a throw in once again.
I'll never forget the first time we called him Kaylee Bale, and we just cracked up in here. We just cracked up.
It seemed to roll off the tongue pretty nicely, but ball from the ruck contest runs back towards the boundary line, going after Belpost still. I think that might have been Hecker that actually went after and picked the ball up. So they merge with the ball. It's Winchelsea. Umpire says it's an incorrect disposal. Free kick's going to go, and Homer. It gets the handball away, so they want to run the ball. Goes to Herman. Herman short. That was okay again. Mark taken out there. I think that might be Edwards again, is it? So centre half back this time. He's looking at his option. Decides to go a little bit longer now towards centre wing. Herman up from behind. Doesn't take the mark, but at ground level, ball's picked up. They clear the ball back into their half-forward line. Benny Muir's in front. Got a favourable bounce. Couldn't pick it up. It's kicked away there. I think that might have been Maloney. Gets the ball back towards the boundary line, and it goes over. We'll have a throw which will take place again, this time in between the... someone's hit the fence, have they?
I'm trying to watch on the screen.
Someone's still lying down on the ground there.
Oh, so we're running head first. The replay.
The Belpost Hill boy, I think.
Is it Herman? No.
It's in the replay.
Not too sure yet. So the ball's going to be thrown back in. Hecker doing the ruck work. Ball kicked from behind there. Maloney taps it down. At ground level, they work pretty hard underneath it, but it's not going to come out. I'll tell you what it is. Now it's coming out. Ball's cleared. Picked up. Mark. Good clean pick up from the ground level. Goes back towards centre wing. Mark has not been taken. The ball runs over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw-in which will take place. Player's still
I think it was Jones.
Oh, is it? Yeah, he's got the orange boot on. It is too.
Down there. He's,
Tell you who it is. It's
Zane Jones.
It's definitely Zane Jones.
Yeah, he's got the orange boot, and I can't see him out in the field.
Yeah, he's in the hands of the trainer now.
Yep.
Number 20, I just saw.
Yep.
Zane Jones.
Yep.
So Ruckman now to go at it once again. Maloney doing some ruck work now. Hecker out the front. Maloney out the back. Gets the ball down again over the top of the ball. Winchelsea player sits on it, but it's
You know why he sat on it? Fantella's been around a long time. He tipped it back under him. Didn't work.
So that was Timms.
Well,
the ball
umpire.
comes out of the contest again. Kick forward there by Freeman. High up into the air. Mark up over the top. Didn't take a mark. I'll tell you what, there was a bad effort. Flacavento emerges with it. Got the handball away. Harmer's tackled. He couldn't get out of that contest either. And again, umpire, good decision. Comes in, will take possession of the ball. On centre wing. Hecker and Maloney doing the work. Maloney this time taps the ball out. Good smother there off the boot from Fantella. Harmer taps the ball to himself, can go back and collect it. A little bit of space now and some time. I'm back on the right boot, goes back in towards the centre half forward position. Parrish is spoiled from behind. Ball comes out the front to Fantella. A little boot back into their forward line. Bit of pressure in their defence. Budavalis can't clearing kick. Travels towards the 50. It's going to be supported there out there by Rouget. He's turned the ball over, goes back to Harmer, kicks back into their forward line and runs towards the boundary line. Over the line. We'll have a throw in 10 metres around from the behind post. So Belpost still putting up a pretty good fight so far.
And two really good bits of play. Strong play by Sam Harmer. He's a senior player now, and he built like a brick outhouse. So that's what they've got to get him to do, and he's doing it.
So Maloney and McKay now deep in Belpost Hill's attack. McKay wins that one down, but hacked out of mid-air by Winch, clears outside the 50. Heck in the best position to mark it. He can't do that.
Should have.
Lets it go. So Timms now picks it up for Winch, drives it forward, looking for Parrish. Parrish does well, stands his ground, but Marr roves off the pack. Chips the ball across very, very nicely. Belpost Hill time to settle on half back here. So Quick handball out. Running down the line is Haynes. So he looks like a bigger type too, Dale. So he puts one hand up, falls over the back here, and we have Harvey Martin having a shot for goal. But unfortunately, he has his second behind for the afternoon, the second for Belpost Hill. They move to 1-2-8, leading Winch 1-1-7. We've ticked over 15 minutes, Morris Finance, first quarter.
Geez, a shudder just went through me then when the young Parrish got the knee in the back. And I thought, oh, no, not again. He went down, I thought he was hurt, but luckily he's got straight up. But it did hurt. I'm looking at him now. Look at him, he's holding the back. It hurt, but gee, the shudders went through me when I saw that.
Yeah, so ball to be brought back in here, coming to the commentary side of the ground, which is very, very nice for me because I'm calling. So at the back, Fantella in front, brings the ball to ground with a bit of help from Lynch. So I think he's the one that flew before too, Grubby, young Tyron Lynch.
Yeah.
Good pedigree. So Maloney and Hecker to do battle. Half forward for Belpost, still flat throw in, goes over the back, lands Harmer, goes between his legs, he can't quite bring it in, neither can Gemmell. So now the ball hits the deck, stacks on the mill, Flacavento appealing for the free kick.
Which wasn't there.
No, he could appeal for it, mate.
You can do all you want, but it wasn't there, I'm saying. It was good umpiring.
So Maloney and Hecker again. Maloney just uses strength, pushes it out. Flacavento can't quite pick it up. Hecker back in having his second go, wraps up Gemmell now. So we'll have a third ball up. Ball's moved about 15 metres towards Winch's attacking zone, so almost in the centre of the ground, ball in the air. Maloney does that one well. The umpire's whistle is gone and said Hecker was unfairly dealt with, so he'll take the free kick on the left foot. Drives the ball long. Flying at the back, ball is punched away here. Hits the deck, runs through, no one wins it. But come out to McIntyre, went through his hands, picked up now by Nagel. Nagel goes long down the line for Winch. The back ball is spoiled. It's gone out of bounds right in front of the Winch's coach's box here at Eastern Reserve. So 16.5 gone.
That was a bit nasty.
What was that, mate?
Just push the bloke over as he goes past.
Oh, well,
I suppose when you're 6'3" and the other bloke's 5'1", it's easy to do, isn't it?
Well, he might bite your ankles.
Hey?
Might bite you in the ankles, mate. So, who knows?
You just get him back later with a quick one. That's all right. That's what you do when you're little.
So the ball thrown in there comes down to Kerins. Kerins gets a handball away. Ball ends in the hands of McKay. McKay, quick kick forward over the back here, pushed out and right in front of us again. So Timms and Clissold take that one over the line. We've ticked over 17 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter. Waiting for the boundary umpire to throw it in. Hey, Dale, this is the prime spot we're calling footy, mate. So McKay Maloney now to do battle. Both players shield their eyes from the sun. McKay wins that one down convincingly, but only as far as Freeman. Freeman goes to Gemmell. Gemmell drives the ball along out here, looking for Alice, but goes over his head. The opponent falls to ground. But anyway, backed up there beautifully by Bannister, who wins the ball out to Muir. Muir goes forward to McIntyre, who spills what he should have taken, but he's got support there. Might have been dropping the ball. Flacavento gets a handball out here to McIntyre again. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says, I'll have it. Just couldn't quite get the hands around the ball, could they, there, the hill?
No.
Every chance. Anyway, okay, Maloney do battle. Maloney wins that one forward. Ball's on the deck, coming out towards Clissold. He overruns it. Kersop Cole does very well. Freeman does very well, taps the ball forward, but only as far as Kerins. Kerins drives the ball forward, looking for Washington, who spilt what he probably should have taken. Ball still bouncing around here. I think the umpire's going to come in, have another go at balling the ball up. Almost true centre half forward for Belpost Hill.
Geez, it was a hard one. It was right at his toes, but they're the ones you got to take in close games.
Yep, so McKay wins that tap down. Flacavento runs around the right foot, kicks the body around the body. It's a beautiful kick. I think that's young Norman that's taken that one,
Joshy
isn't it?
Norman, is it?
He's been very good. He covers a lot of the ground, Grub.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He's not afraid to run. So it is young Josh Norman. So he's about 35, 40 out.
He could find himself in the votes, maybe. You never know.
As I said, no Sawney, no base. You two have to watch the game to see who's actually going to get votes today.
Well, no, Dave Norman's got two by a 50-metre penalty.
Well, you can put it down now, mate. Now, I don't think he's going to miss this one somehow, Grub. Just run in, kick the ball on the ground. There it is. So Josh Norman, who is now Grubby's favourite player, kicks Belpost Hill second. They move to 2-2-14, leading Winch 1-1-7. We've gone 19.5. Morris Finance, first quarter.
I don't know if he's my favourite player. I think
His dad might be.
Dad's my favourite cricketer, I can tell you that. again, just a few little precise. They dropped that mark, and I thought, oh, they've lost it. But they just kept hunting it and hunting it. And I don't know what the 50-metre was for, but obviously it was somebody that's done the wrong thing and made a 50-50 goal into a dead set certainty. So I don't see the runner out there, but he should be out there and he should get the big size 10 boots and kick him straight up the bum, because you just, at this stage, who knows what's going to happen later, but at this stage it's as close as it can get, and you give a 50-metre penalty away. It's just not worth it anymore. It just costs you too much. So, you know, you do not want to go out here and lose a game because of ill discipline. I think it's only a one-off because Winch are normally a very disciplined side.
So we're back in the middle once again. Looks like Maloney's in there doing the ruck work. McKay also. Maybe over the top, Maloney. Ball comes out. Gemmel's had the ball, lost it. Ball on a cricket pitch. Quick kick going forward for Winchelsea into the centre half forward position. Picked up out there. Gould tackled as he picked the ball up. Umpire said it was incorrect disposal, did he?
Yeah,
yes, he did.
That was a bit tough.
Probably not not enough time there, but it's a good tackle from Mark. Goes quickly outside, and that's okay. Mark taken out there. Clissold, I think it is, on the far side of the ground. So Clissold now looking at his options. Nancy McKay's expecting a bit too much, but that's a nice kick going forward. Parrish fended off, probably a little bit too early for mine. But
that's a free kick every day.
Ball over the top, and the umpire comes in, will take the ball back himself. Ball just to be thrown up just outside forward 50. A bell post still again in their attacking end.
Oh, yeah, definite.
Maloney over the top, ball comes down from that ruck contest. Ball picked up. I think that was Gemmell once again. Got the handball out. Goes back towards Herman. His teammates also got there. But again, Gemmell back in there doing some work again. Actually, it might have been Cook that time. Into the forward line. Marcus taken out there. Huff it is. He now has the ball. He goes quickly. That's a nice low flat kick. Got the result. Reached the target. Mark was not taken. Needs support, but it's all bell post still back there with the numbers. They're going to win possession of it. They turn the ball over to Alice, who kicks round. And again, without too much trouble there, kicks his second goal of the afternoon, and the second now for Winchelsea. They move to 2-1. They trail Bellpost Hill on 2-2. We've gone 22 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Geez, they put the pressure on. They got the ball in quickly. It's just that little turnover. You know what? In a pack situation, in a real tight situation, you can turn the footy over to that bloke. You can turn it over to that bloke. You can turn it over anyone you like. But don't turn it over to Lee Ellis, because he is going to kid you every time. Like, he kicks them in his sleep. So, yeah, just a little mistake. But we all make them, and now they've got to get back on the horse. But that was a really good answer and goal straight away from the Winchelsea footy side.
So back in the middle now. Maloney, McKay to do battle. Ball in the air. Maloney wins up and down to Gemmell. Gemmell runs on right foot. Goes the check side out in front of the aforementioned Alice. Alice creates space. Turns onto his left foot. Centres the ball. Goes over the head of the defence. Bannister is happy to rush it through for a minor score. So all tied up here now. 2-2 apiece. So Ben Muir to bring the ball back in for Bellpost Hill. Sizing up his options. Decides to go far side. Nice long kick. Herman has led really, really well there. Picks the ball up further down the ground here. Ball beats Clissold, runs on and beats Carl over the line.
Thank good.
Thank good. He couldn't get Bailey Cale out, but he can get thank good out.
Who's good?
No, I don't know.
That's good as he's scored.
You can't get a three-letter word like God out. You've got no hope.
You had a letter to it.
With Kaylee Bale.
So the ball comes back in now. McKay wins that one down, puts it in the path of Kerrins. Kerrins with a great little handball out. Bellpost into attack here. That's a lovely kick in, isn't it? So the mark has been taken by Brodie Hecker, about 35 out. No real angle to speak of. So McIntyre it was who delivered that one. Nice to lead that all day, Dale.
Yes, you don't mind leading to stuff like that, do you?
No. Made the space for him, so Brodie Hecker honoured it by taking a very simple chest mark in front of his opponent. So he's coming in now. Very deliberate approach for the left footer. Going to be kicking from about 40. Ball leaves the boot. Things have pushed it across to the left, through for a minor score. So here's his first score for the afternoon. Bellpost Hill's third behind, so they move to 2-3, leading Winch 2-2. We've gone 24 minutes.
So Marnaki now kicking in from the full-back position. Plenty of space in there, forward 50 to kick to, but he decides to run and carry and kick out long. Goes back towards centre wing. Up there, Maloney doesn't take the mark. Parrish tried to read that off the contest. Couldn't pick the ball up. Handball goes outside. Ends up in the hands of Harmer. Again, he couldn't get a clean handball away. And again, Belpo still working pretty hard. Vashurin, who had the ball and lost it.
Don't like that. Don't like that. Overruns the ball and just keeps running and swearing. Get back in it. Get back onto it. You've overrun it. Get back in there and fight for it. Don't just run away and go, oh, well, I won't say what he said.
Why not? You do every other week.
Not on radio.
Ball thrown back in. McKay front position, taps it down, goes towards Kerins, tries to force his way through. Couldn't get through the other side. Picked up there. McIntyre been good for Belpo still early. Out the back, I reckon that might have been Cale, but he didn't take the mark there. And he's working hard now at ground level. Tackle is made. Umpire will come in. And a ball up to take place at the centre half forward position again. Belpo still attacking end. Maloney pushing down. McKay also there. They both ruckmen just following the ball down. Ball tried to kicked off the ground there by Parrish. Missed it. Went back, laid a tackle. And again, umpire said no prior opportunity, so it's going to come back to him. Maloney looking for a spell by the looks of it. Ball tapped out there. Clancy picked up again. Belpo still go further into attack. Cale comes across. Didn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Oh, he went hard at the ball. May have been taking his opponent a little high, but the umpire said that was okay. So we're going to have another ball up which will take place. This time about 40 out from the goal square. Ball is thrown up out of that contest. Kerins runs after it. Picked up out there, and again that was Cassidy. He couldn't get clear of the contest, and again another holding the ball from the umpire was just said no prior opportunity. Let's throw it up once again. So again, both ruckmen get it out. This time it's cleared away. McIntyre again puts the ball deep into their forward pocket area. Hecker has it. Try to get the handball outside. Did so to Washington. Got boot to ball, but unfortunately has gone over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in which will take place. A free kick, to the Winch side. Yep. And looks like O'Connell taking the free kick deep in defence there. Steps inside the field of play. Called to play on now by the umpire. Goes outside 50. Nice looking kick. Clissold had a fair piece of that, but couldn't bring it down. And again, another ball up. So as we tick towards 27 minutes, it is Winchelsea 2-2, Belpost Hill 2-3.
I thought the other bloke nearly marked it.
The other in front. Yeah. He had a little bit of it, but...
Well, he's the one that brought it down.
Ball in the air now. Maloney wins that one down. Quick handball forward goes to Martin. Martin gets a quick handball away. Sorry, it was McIntyre. Ball has gone over the boundary, so we'll have a boundary line throw in on the 50-metre line there. Belpost Hill's attacking zone. So ball to come in. Maloney, McKay to do battle again. McKay uses his strength, pushes that one away. Parrish had it, lost it. Ball hits the deck again. McIntyre flicks the handball up. It over to Harmer. Harmer from deep in the pocket goes across. Ball is punched out beautifully by Carl, and we will have a boundary line throw in the other side of the ground here. Eastern Reserve bathed in sunshine. Great day for footy.
And it was beautifully punched away, because if he didn't, it was going to fall in the arms of Josh Norman. I can tell you that. He kicked a goal from there.
It was. So Hecker now to do the ruck work against Maloney. Ball thrown in. Maloney at the back wins that one down. Ali as far as Fantella. Fantella on the left foot. And can't quite bring it back far enough. Has his first behind for the afternoon. The fourth for Belpost still over to 4-2. Leading Winch 2-2. We've ticked over 28 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter.
I reckon if he kicks that and it spins like a drop punt, it comes around through for a goal. But it just wobbled and just lost
along
its trajectory and went through the points. But he's a bit damaging, Fantella, the veteran of the side. He was part of that great dynasty, Fantella.
He knows lots of Parrish. Bring the ball in now for Winch, coming to the commentary side. Nice looking kick to ball in the air, but very, very well done there by the Belpost Hill defence. That was Bannister who knocked the ball over the line. So we'll have a kick. We'll have a boundary line thrown about 70 for goal from goal here. McKay still in the ruck here against Maloney. Ball in. McKay wins that one down. Punched out. Then kicked forward quickly by Cook, by Maloney. Ball driven back the other way. Standing in front there, but unfortunately not able to take it. Goes back very, very quickly. There was Edwards, done very, very well, but chopped it off. Cassidy Parrish now drives the ball long down the line. Looking for Maloney. Ball falls to his feet. Great little pick up there. Handball out of here. Looking for his teammate in Rouget. Can't quite do it. Can't pick it up. Belpost Hill's pressure. Henry Vashurin sees the ball over the line. So,
did anyone see what happened in the finish to Sam Jones?
No,
Is he on or off? Or?
no. I can't see him over there, so he might be in the rooms. Grub. So ball to be thrown back in here. Both ruck shearing their eyes. Looks like Morris has come back in for another spell. Ball falls short. Parrish just runs through, takes it with him. Clean hands. Handballs the ball over there to O'Connell. O'Connell drives Winch forward. Oh, not a great bounce. Leaves Alice absolutely on his own. Just pick it up, throw it on the left boot, and that's what he has done. So Lee Ellis has 3. Winchelsea have 3. They've hit the front. 3-2-20 leading Belpost Hill, who are 2-4-16. About to tick over 30 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Well, I think it's ditto, isn't it?
Yep.
Don't make a mistake when Lee Ellis are out. He's one of the, if not the best opportunist footballer in the whole league. Once you make a mistake with him, it costs a goal. Not a point, maybe I'll get you. Make a mistake with him around and it's a goal. And it wasn't actually a mistake. It was more a bad bounce, actually.
Yeah, did the right thing.
Yeah, a little bit of bad luck. But, gee, Alice he might get 6 kicks for the game and kick 6 goals. He's a very, very dangerous boy.
And Tav will still get the 3 votes.
So we're back in the middle once again. Ruckman going at it again. Morris doing the work against Hecker. Ball sits on the ground. Parrish taps it out. Kicked off the ground there by Cale. Goes back into their half-forward line. Bashurin runs in and leads the race for the ball. Unfortunately, had support from the opposition there. Picked up by Cook. Cook got the handball back inside. Fantella on the right boot. Kick won't stay in the field of play. Out of bounds on the full. And free kick will go to the Werribee side. Sorry, Werribee side.
Funny you should say that too, Spider, because Alice kicked 12 here one day and Tav got 3 votes.
So Cale goes long into their forward line. Ball comes out of that contest. I think that was Herman that picked the ball up. Little support out the side. Goes in the hands now of Harmer. Into the middle of the ground in front. Mark not taken.
Chop
free kick
the
down
arms
the
over
field.
the shoulder.
No, free kick down the field.
Downfield, was it?
Yep. So it's Martin now with the ball. He's going to option outside. He's not looking in that direction. He's going to go long into their forward line. Trying to get towards his teammate there. Cale was in the road. Didn't take the mark. The ball comes out. The mark has been taken there. Herman. So the ball's going to come back quickly into their forward line. Goes looking towards McIntyre. Good spoil out from Budavalis. Sees the ball over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw in deep in their forward line. "31 minutes have ticked over, so it wouldn't be long to go in this quarter, I wouldn't have thought.
I don't know where they've got the time on from, to be cool. Oh, maybe a bit of time when Jones hit the fence, maybe.
So Morris taps the ball down in front of the contest. Flacavento feeds the ball out the back. Picked up out there. Handball is good. Clisole goes back towards the goals. It covers or carries
Just missed.
Plays in the square and through for a minor score. So Belpost Hill to 2-5. They trail Winch on 3-2. 32 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. A ball in the hands of Cale who kicks towards centre wing. It's going to have the desired effect. It's going to be picked up and tried to run away as Kursop Cole got the handball forward, but unfortunately, again, ball over the boundary line for another throw-in, which will take place in between the two coaches' boxes here at Winchelsea. Morris and Hecker continue to do the ruck work. Ball thrown back in. Hecker brings the ball down to the front of the contest. Ball kicked off the ground there. Runs inside forward 50, but again picked up and put down pretty quickly there by Huff as he's carried over the boundary line. So another ball up which will take place.
Maybe the siren's broken.
That seems a long quarter for what we've seen. Cogs hasn't got a clearance, has he?
So ball thrown back in now by the umpire again. Morris did that nicely, got the ball running forward. Ground level, diving on the ball. Tapped forward now further by Huff, and again back over the boundary line, and another throw which will take place. So there's not much happening here in this last part of this quarter. So the ball now to be thrown back in. Hecker did nicely, taps the ball running forward for Belpost Hill. Huff couldn't pick the ball up. Harmer went down, picked it up, got out of the contest, needed to get rid of it. I don't know how he did, but umpire said it was okay. And again, another tackle is laid. So as we go towards still over 33, nearly almost 34 minutes, it is 3-2 Winchelsea, 2-5 Belpost Hill.
All right, ball in the air now. Morris sort of wins that one down with one hand. Quick handball out, only as far. Oh, it's come back the other way. Vashurin on the left foot, drives long back here, looking for Martin. Ball just bounces straight up in the air, grabbed by Freeman. And there we have the siren, Dale, finally. We've gone 34 minutes. It's Morris Finance first quarter. We have some goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yep, goal kickers for Winchelsea, and they all belong to one player, and that is Lee Ellis. And for Belpost Hill, their goal kickers are Norman and Edwards. We're going to take a short break, come back, and we'll hopefully get some scores from around the other games if we can get some service. Yeah, but we're looking at the 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
I've got the other scores. Leading Belpost still 2-5 around the grounds. Cryo 38 leading Thompson 7. Belmont 16 leading Bannockburn 11. Werribee 32 leading North Geelong 7. Inverleigh 32 leading Geelong West Giants 18. And East Geelong 32 leading Anaki 7. So that's what we've got around the grounds. Grubby?
Is that right?
That's what I've got on my phone at the moment, mate. So
You showed me them scores about 10 minutes ago, and they were the same.
26-1 Thompson were, now 38-7.
The Cryo, Thompson and the Werribee game were exactly the same. That was about 10 minutes ago, so I'm not sure whether it is.
I'm running with that.
Yeah,
Grub,
32-7, I think that's right now, Grub.
Grub, thoughts on the first quarter, mate?
I was very entertained. I thought it was a really good game to watch. Not a lot of goals scored, only the 5, and
still went for 10 minutes.
The quarter space went for 34 minutes. I don't know where that comes from, and I hope it doesn't continue. You hate to go to Winchelsea and have 34-minute quarters. I'll get home at 9 o'clock tonight, which I'm not happy about. But but my wife is. But look, I was going to go through all the good players, but just about everybody's done something, haven't they? There's a couple of players, and it'd probably be easier to go through the players that haven't touched the footy much, which I would never do. But I thought Hecker was good, Josh Norman was good, McKay, McIntyre, Herm. I shouldn't do this because there's so many blokes. You've got to give Lee Ellis, he's kicked 3 goals, had 3 opportunities and kicked 3 goals, that's what he does. Geez, I don't know. All the rest of them have done something, and that's probably. Or Kersop Cole, a couple of nice things. Bailey Cale did a couple of nice things. Not early, but only when Spider was commentating, luckily. Huff looks a bit done. Mankey down the back. Look, yeah, I think it's a real team game. This is going to be real hard to give votes today because everybody's putting in, everybody's having a dip. They're both down the bottom of the ladder, but as we know, because the competition's so close, that a win here will put them back in touch with 1 or 2 games out the finals. And that's, usually you come to a competition between 8th and 12th, the outcome doesn't really matter. But I tell you what, it matters here today, and both sides are playing like it. Really enjoyable quarter. Again, I know people think I'm being a smart aleck now, but very well umpired. We didn't see any bad decisions. I don't know about Sam Jones. I'm going to get a report on Sam Jones just to see how he is.
Well, he's out in the ground, if you like to know that. There he goes, then now towards the forward line. Grupp.
All right, so that's what we really, really want to see, because there is people who might know him listening, but when someone says, oh, he's hit the fence, they really want to know what's happened. So that's great.
He's got the bandage on the head.
That's all right. Then you wouldn't think if he hit the fence he'd have a bandage. It could be concussion. I don't know who does these tests these days, but it's great to see him back out there, Zane Jones. In for a real good second quarter, boys.
Can't argue. And I've got nothing to add to that.
Oh, good on you, Smithy. You got anything to add, Smithy?
What are you talking to me?
Hey, all you add to me is a bit of honey on the toast I had this morning. And my word,
mate,
that homemade honey,
well.
you just cannot beat it. It is. I don't even like honey. I could eat this stuff all day.
Fair enough. Well, we're out there ready to set up, so just waiting for the goal umpires to get in the position.
You know the best thing that's happened today?
What's that, mate?
A representative from neither side has come up to it and asked him to give votes. That was terrible last week.
It was hard.
In the side that had 5-4-3-2-1, in the side that had 2 good players.
Well,
It was hard.
I had 5-4-3-1-1 on mine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a 2-1.
I should have had 1-1-1-1-1.
None, mate, perhaps.
Maybe.
Right, umpire with ball in the air, and we are ready to go. Ball thrown up, Morris up over the top. Ball comes to ground, picked up, and it's McIntyre again from Belpost Hill. Goes long into their half-forward line, in front, Parrish. And this is Finn Parrish. We get that right this quarter, so I'm being told. We'll soon find out, but we'll probably make the mistake again, but don't worry about it. Ball now from that contest, picked up out there by Walsh. Needs to get the handball away, did so, but it's intercepted there by Flacavento. His handball a little bit strong. Out the back it runs. Oh, good tap-on work out there. So Winchelsea able to tap the ball to their advantage. Farmer's gone back and got the ball again. Umpire says, let's play on with that. Herman has it. Got through the contest. Now a little bit of clear work. Goes outside, and Kerrins comes up and takes the mark. On centre wing, he has the ball, far side of the ground. Now he's slowed things down a little bit. Probably needs to keep things moving. The ball goes quickly into their forward line. Kick not that good, and the mark has been taken out there this time by Henry. And he chips the ball short. That kick's okay. Back into the hands there of Finn Parrish, and he comes across the ground. So they're chancing their arm here, and they're from the half-back flank. They open things up. Straight up the ground they go now. Bleeding up player is Gould. On centre wing, can turn and go into the centre half forward position. Coming up from behind, and Huff, he has taken a mark just inside 50. Thinks he can kick the distance from here. And he'll need to kick it every bit of 50. Now he's not too sure. Wanted to pass it off.
Well, it's a reasonably big ground there. 50 probably is 50, is it?
It probably would be, I think, pretty much so. O'Connell ran past. The handball was ignored. So Jordan Huff now will go back. And as I said, we'll need to kick this from about 52 or 3. Steps in now and kicks that goal. Looks okay off the boot. Has the distance. And I'll tell you what, has the accuracy as all. Straight through over the umpire's head. The first score is a goal to Winchelsea in the second quarter. They move to 4-2. They lead Belpost Hill on 2-5, just short of 2 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
He's lucky I didn't open his big fat mouth, didn't I? I saw him go back and bloke run past and I thought, have a look at this big hero. He can't kick that from out there. Shut your mouth, Grubby, because he put it straight through the middle from 53 metres out. And not many blokes do that much more. They land it in the square or go to the left. He put it right through the centre. That's a magnificent kick after some magnificent football. And that's why it's an entertaining game. It's just good to watch. It goes from end to end. There's some brilliant field kicking. The bloke I forgot to mention at quarter time was Harmer. I thought the 50-50 ones in the bottom of the pack, 3 or 4 times, he got it forward for Belpost Hill, which is a huge help. But that bit of play from was it Huff, was it? That was terrific. That was terrific for GDFNL footy.
Ball back in the air now. Hecker goes early. Lands awkwardly on the back. He's a bit sore there. So ball forward finds Cassidy Parrish. May have been taken high. The umpire said no. Perhaps he ducked into that one. But good to see Hecker back up after landing awkwardly in that ruck contest. So
Who was that, Smith? Was that Cassidy, was it?
Cassidy Parish.
Any relation to Hopalong Cassidy, is it?
Barry Cassidy, the ball back in the air now.
Jim's brother.
Neither ruckman got a hand to it. The umpire's picked out a free kick. I think he signalled too high, and it will go to Brodie Hecker for Belpost Hill. So Hecker right in the centre of the ground on that left foot, drives it out wide, looking for Jones. Jones puts the hands up, can't quite take the mark. Ball hits the deck, knocked on forward here. Players standing around watching, waiting for someone else to go in and get it. The umpire has said that's a free kick. Okay, so obviously it was dragged back in. That's all I can think of.
Too far away for me to see, boys.
Will Kerrin's the recipient of the free kick. I'm just watching the replay, Grub, and I think that is actually right. He did drag that back in under himself.
Oh,
so
there you go.
That was Dale's mate, Kaylee Bale. So Bailey Cale dragged back in. So Will Kerrin's for Belpost Hill to have a shot. He'd be kicking from about 35 out, right alongside the boundary line, so fair angle. Drops it on the boot. The goal umpire has moved a little bit. I heard a whistle going here. No, it must have been a netball. Through for a minor score. So Belpost still moved to 2-6, trailing Winch, who are 4-2. We've gone 4 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter. So Parrish brings the ball in here, looking out here for Gould. Gould arrives at the pack and doesn't quite bring it to ground. Maher picks it up, throws it on the boot quickly, kicks smothered. Falls to Kersop Cole. He's in a battle there with Fantella. Ball falls to Flacavento, who drives. Belpost still back into attack with a long kick at the back there.
Mark.
Good use of the body has been allowed. That is a fantastic grab, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And look, this is very, very, very well needed. I was just about to say they're just starting to fall into the realm of bad kicking, bad football. Like 2-6 you can get away with, but it's 8 shots to 6. They've had 2 more shots. They've got to stop kicking points and get back to kicking goals. He has his chance now.
So McIntyre comes in, throws on the boot from about 30 out, and it is an absolute shocking kick off the boot. Sort of swirls through for a minor score. Belpost still 2-7, now Winch 4-2. We've gone 5 minutes.
And that's the difference. That's the difference. A couple of shots there that could have been goals compared to a beautiful kick from 53 out here. That might be, if it's going to be close, shots like that might be the difference in the end result. So you've got to start kicking straight, otherwise you'll kick yourself out of the game.
So Finn Parrish now with the ball. He plays on from the full-back position, takes his first bounce, runs to the half-back line, kicks towards centre wing. That's a nice-looking kick. Mark will be taken out there, and that's Simmons. So far side of the ground, right on centre wing. He has the ball. Now he dips the ball back. It's okay. Mark has been taken by Walsh. Again, they look to transfer the play, and that's what they seem to do a lot in this game of football. Ball now needs to be good, picked up outside. That was a kick further there by Henry. Chipped it out in front of his teammate, made it a bit of a task, and the ball has gone over the boundary line. Let's have a throw in. Right here from where we sit, it's a good view from here. An excellent view, to be honest. Boundary umpire about to restart play. It's good work there. Ball thrown in. Front of the contest, Harmer picks the ball up, got the handball outside. Flacavento, runner outside with Muir, went across the ground. That kick wasn't that great, but it's going to end up. Norman will over left the ball behind, picked up out there by Clissold. Handball's back inside, so a chance now for the Winchelsea side once again. A nice little chip kick going forward. The mark has been taken out there by Huff. And again, distance this time will be no problem at all, although he decides to go quickly inside, and the mark has been taken out there by Gould, and he can come up and have his first shot of the afternoon. What did they say this time?
Clissold from Winch.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Did he?
Yep. I thought you were laughing at, right?
No.
So it's Huff now. No, it's not. It's Gould. Now you've got me confused. Oh, that doesn't take much, does it, Grub? So Gould will kick from about 35. Steps in. Off the boot, looks okay. Umpire stands there. Looks straight back over his head. He has his first goal of the afternoon. And it's the 5th now for Winchelsea side. They move to 5-2. 2-7. Belpost Hill, 7.5 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, I don't like to sound like a prophet, but it's really starting to take shape. They both had two shots for goal in the quarter, reasonably similar. Matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say that the Winchelsea shots were harder. They've kicked 2 goals. Belpost Hill 2 points. They're going to start kicking straight up because Winchelsea are, and that's what will win them the game if it keeps going like this.
So ball back in the air now. Hecker and Morris. Morris wins that one down convincingly, only as far as Flacker-Bento. Tries to get the handball away. It's pulled out. Falls into the hands of Fantella. He's wrapped up immediately in a tackle and will have another ball up. So it's in the air now. We've got Hecker and Morris. Morris went early. Didn't quite get a hand to it. Spilt there. Quick handball over the top there by Huff. Releases teammate who drives forward. But standing his ground is Dan Marr for Belpost Hill. Takes a relieving mark just inside his defensive 50. He pushes out wide. Nice looking kick out there. And finds McIntyre, who's been very, very good today.
Yeah, like him.
So he's going to come back in the middle. He finds Hecker. Hecker takes the mark. Options out wide if he wants him, but he doesn't. So gives the handball back now. Coming out looking for Bannister. Not a great kick. Let's Parrish into the contest. He does all right there. Dives on it. Gets the handball out quickly. Nice little kick over the top there by Timms. He's got two options. Oh, called out.
Oh, that's reportable.
By his own teammate.
Why not?
Called out of it, and Maloney going back. Took out his captain in Huff, so he'll be in the twos next week. Yeah. And judging by his kick not long ago, mate, the distance will not be a problem here, but he might be a little bit stunned from that. He's just getting his breath. So Jordan Huff has one for the afternoon already, coming in. Crosses the forward 50 now. Pushes that one across. I don't think you're registered a score. In fact, it has travelled over the boundary line. It must have been touched on the way through. So we'll have a boundary line thrown right next to the behind post. Winchelsea attacking into the ground. Currently holding a 13-point advantage over Belpost Hill. 9.5. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter here at Eastern Reserve. So the ball comes in. Maloney and Hecker. Ball falls to hands there, wrapped up in a tackle beautifully. Has been pinned for dropping the ball.
Just not quite sure there was quite enough pride, but that's only my opinion.
Herman gets the free kick, moves it very, very quickly, chips it out wide. So, Edwards is it with the ball out there. He decides to come back across.
Well, this is dangerous
and that
too.
is not a great kick.
This is dangerous too.
And
stop him from doing that.
Huff should have taken that mark, didn't, spilled it. Hecker gets the handball up over to Marr again. So, Martin here with the ball right in front of the commentary box. He chips it short. Oh, made Flacker-Bento work for it, but he was up to the task. Got the ball back now. So Harvey Martin runs forward. Nice looking kick there. So they've got themselves out of trouble with that bad kick, mate. So
yeah.
Edwards chips the ball out wide to Fantella. Fantella plays on. Little chip kick in the middle for Jones. Jones stood his ground. Great defence there. So Harmer gets the ball wrapped up, and I reckon he's too high.
Right.
Jeez. Now you can go, Grub.
No, I'm right now, like I've been saying. Kick a goal, boy. Kick a goal, because they missed the last one, but accuracy's the difference here. Kick a goal, get yourself back in the game.
So, it was McIntyre, plays on.
Tell you what.
He's got the accuracy, hasn't quite got the distance, I don't think. The ball hasn't crossed the line yet, but now it has been rushed through for a minor score. So Belpost Hill, they move to 2 goals, 8-20. Trailing Winch, who are 5-2-32. We've gone 11 minutes. Bucks Entertainment, second quarter.
Ball's coming very quickly, and it's in the hands of Freeman on the far side of the ground. So he's just, I would think, just inside their defensive 50 at the moment. Little chip towards centre wing. Kick wasn't that great, but it's been turned over there. Belpost Hill, an opportunity going forward. Again, they're going to clear it away. No, now Cale comes out and he goes back towards centre wing. That kick's okay. Mark taken just inside the field of play by Simmons. Transfers play very quickly. Goes looking towards Gemmell. Gee, a 3-on-1 there. Ball is spoiled from behind. Goes back towards the boundary line and will go over. And we will have a throw-in which will take place.
Might have been a bit harsh on that kicking for goal. I think he might have been a bit further out than I thought. It's hard to tell up that end.
Yeah.
I think he might have been a bit further out.
So looking now for Ruckman to go at it. McKay's doing the ruck work out there. Ball brings down to the front of the contest. Picking the ball up. Well, actually, Hammer had a crack at it, but couldn't do it. Post still trying to work the ball forward, but it's kicked off the ground now. Goes in back into the middle of the ground. Picked up out there. I reckon it's Martin that's picked the ball up. He is tackled straight away. Umpire in. So right in the centre of the ground here this afternoon. Ball will be thrown in the air. Again, Ruckman go at it. Tapped forward. And again, trying to emerge with the ball. Can't see who it is. But it's not coming out, so the umpire will take possession. So Maloney's still doing the ruck work. This time he takes it out of the air, kicks it into their forward line. O'Connell meets it but couldn't take possession of it. Gould goes at the ball. Coming the other way was Shuren. He was tackled. Umpire says, let's have it back again. So another ball up which will take place.
He did that so well, Gould. He could have kept running and probably got reported or a free kick, but he really played it well.
So thrown up again. This time Morris up over the top. Ball comes out. McIntyre tries to force his way out of there. Ball ends up there of a Winchelsea player, which was possibly Walsh maybe, and through for a minor score.
I'll tell you in a sec, mate.
Walsh or Gemmell maybe, I'm not too sure. I think.
Yeah, Gemmell.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay, Gemmell was the player.
Yeah, the replay's good, mate. Have a look at that sort of stuff.
So ball's gone underneath the trees down here, so just a little bit of recovery time.
Even more fun when it goes in the trees down there.
Yeah, you get in here, you go bird nesting. You ever do that with your kids?
Yes, mate. Yeah, it was funny before you're talking about here. When you're a washed-up, finished football and you're playing seconds, this ground's massive. Maybe it's been to 50.
How old were you then, 18?
19.
So Herman kicks in. Mark was dropped there by Cliffside, went back and collected it.
And dropped the ball.
He got a little handball in there. I think that might have saved him. So now the ball goes back the other way and it's through Rouget. Kicks towards the top of the square.
Hang on, something's happened
Down
there.
the ground.
He's been, didn't see that, was watching where the ball went to. Free kick's going to go down the ground. And it's obviously now going to be a certain goal here, you would think.
Too high, swing tackle, whatever you like.
The Winchelsea side.
Yeah, but it had to be late, didn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Because otherwise it's a free kick back here.
It was after the ball's gone.
So Gould is going to be the recipient and pretty much at the top of the goal square and directly in front. Can go back and kick the 6th goal for Winchelsea. Chips at the ball and umpire just stands there and looks at it, and he has his 2nd and the 6th now for Winch. They move to 6-3. Belpo still on 2-8. We've gone 15 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre 2nd quarter scoreboard.
Well, I had a bit of a crack at Winchelsea earlier about the 50-metre penalty and discipline, but a down-the-ground free kick in that position for Belpo Steel is just not on. It's just not on. If he was in the middle, and I didn't quite see it, but if he was in the middle and he completed the tackle, all right, fair enough. But umpires usually are pretty good on that. They won't call it down the ground, so he's probably pushed him over, flattened him after he's kicked it, like you said, and gee, you know, discipline goes both ways. But again, they've been very disciplined. Might be one out of the box. But gee, I tell you what, it's a very, very important one because it now puts them 19 points down.
Elliot Gould finished off beautifully.
Yeah.
All right. Just waiting for the boundary umpire to assume her position. The ball about to go up in the air. Maloney and McKay to do battle. Maloney wins that one down, puts it into space. It's a very clever tap. Body up here, Ellis. Ellis can't quite trap the ball, falls over the back. Wrapped up in a tackle there is Rouget. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was O'Connell, actually. So the ball was taken by the umpire now. Just inside the forward 50 for Winch. So McKay works his way down to the contest. He's been called out of it. So the ball hits the deck. Harmer couldn't quite get it. Ma does well. Gets a handball there. Comes over towards Alice. Alice on that left foot just chips it round the corner. And the umpire has said, we'll have a ball in. Might have been called deliberate early in the year, Grub.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. These blokes have got this deliberate rule down pat.
They're
giving them a chance, and they're not playing silly ones at all.
Morris and McKay go there. The ball falls in the hands of Freeman. Freeman, quick kick to the top of the square, pushing across there was McKay. Done very, very well. Timms leads in the race for the ball, picks it up. Looks like he's going to run out of space, and he has. So we'll have a boundary line throw in the opposite pocket then, the one that was just happened. So a lot of play down the Winchelsea end of the ground.
They're just starting to get on top in general play, which has been even till now.
Yep. So McKay and Morris do battle. McKay wins it and taps it over his head, goes to the back. Kersop Cole running onto it, overruns the ball. Knocked forward here. So Harmer was leading the race, but now Mark comes across. Kicks it up off the ground there. It be all right? No, it's not. It's gone out of bounds on the full right in front of us. So the resultant free kick to be taken here by Nagel. So Nagel for Winch, true centre wing. Cal drives the ball. That's a great looking kick, isn't it? Finds Freeman on the lead in a bit of space. Freeman turns around quickly, open forward line here. Over the back there, though, was Bannister, who did very, very nicely. Takes a relieving mark. Chips the ball out wide, looking for Norman. Norman takes a great overhead grab. Hits the ground running, plays on, drives Balpo still forward. A little battle there, gets a handball back across. So Winch with a bit of time and space now to relieve the ball. Falls in the hands of Walsh. Walsh with a bit of a mongrel punt, but gets off all right. So Cook drives forward for Winch again in front. That's going to be a fantastic grab by Maloney, I think. I think that's Tom Maloney who just used his... it wasn't. That's O'Connell again. He just used his position in front there, Grub.
They're a very, 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 very hard mark to take, and he's held on to it a couple of times, juggled it, held on to it. And even though it's not spectacular, it's that hard a mark to take. I'm going to put him in the contendership for the Routleys mark of the day.
Beautiful. So, Shane O'Connell coming in. Man of the mark stands about 35 metres out. Right foot kick. The umpire did not move. So O'Connell has his first for the day. He has a 7th now for Winch. They moved to 7-3-45, leading Belpost Hill. 2 goals, 8-20. We've travelled 18.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
I've probably been a bit wrong there too, because that one was a good one. But what I failed to mention before, when Hoff kicked that 55-metre goal, that probably would be in contendership for the Hotham Hotel goal of the day. And there's been a couple of nice ones kicked which I've neglected to mention, but I won't neglect to mention because I've already done it 16 times. Kicking like that is going to win Winchelsea the game unless things change.
So you found a new word with the contendership, so you want to use it as often as you
I
can.
don't even know if it's in the English vocabulary, but
in the Oxford.
Yeah, but then again, there's a lot of words I use that ain't.
So Maloney doing the ruck work. McKay also in there. Maybe Maloney gets that ball down, went after it again. I think Jem will put his head over the contest. Ball's cleared nicely. Parrish from the half-back line, chips into the half-forward line. That's a good present. And Gould comes up and takes it. Again, looking for some quick play forward. I reckon that might be Parrish that's moved forward once again. So Finn Parrish has kicked the ball in and received it back again. So he can now go back and look at goals. Again, kicking from inside 50. We've seen a few do it so far. Lee Ellis makes a little move. Now he's been left alone, so I'm not too sure why they wouldn't use him. But Parrish believes he can kick the distance.
I thought he was a bit quiet early, but he's playing a lot better.
Gets pretty close to the man of the mark.
Too close.
Kicks 2 goal. I'll tell you what, if it hadn't put the hands down, it would have been through, but it's touched on the line. Another behind to Winchelsea. Moves them to 7-4 to 8 Belpost Hill. 20 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, but if your auntie was a bloke, she'd be your uncle too, Smithy.
Yeah, that's true. So Benny Muir plays on. Drives Belpost to that wide, looking for Norman. Marr turns around. Falls in the hands of Norman, who just waltzes through the pack. Gets a handball back to Flacavento, who goes backwards to Benny Muir. So the third best, number 36 for Belpost Hill, about to relieve a bit of pressure here.
Here he goes again.
I had to laugh.
Anthony Johnny Mitchell's listening.
Anthony Baird's the best.
Again.
Up we go. McKay flies, takes what he dropped what he probably should have taken. It was uncontested in the end. The quick handball out finds a way to Maloney. Maloney, quick kick on the boot. And have a look at this. Standing on his own is Gould. So he's just gone nice and short again. Finds Huff. So starting to break right open here. Grub.
Yeah, they're really getting on top for the last 5 or 6 minutes. I think I said it just at the start of that. They're just getting on top in general play, which till then had been very, very even. It was only the kicking that was different. But, gee, they've really started to break this game open. And a big goal for me, we're going to put Belpost in all sorts of trouble.
So Jordan Huff comes in now, looking for his second. Goal umpire has moved across a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's gone through the big sticks. Jordan Huff has his second. He has the 8th to Winch. They moved to 8-4, leading Belpost still 2 goals, 8. We've done 21.5 minutes. The Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
I tell you, Tari's got to try and find a way here. If the quarter's a bit like the first, you've got at least say 9 minutes to go. And the way the game's going, Winchelsea could kick 3 or 4 in that 9. The way they've really put on the gas. So he's got to find a way. Don't worry about trying to kick too many goals at the moment. Just stop them till half time and redirect. But they've really started to play some good footy, and Belpost still just can't go with them. And I don't like this kicking backwards all the time. There's been about 5 that's been so dangerous.
So ball thrown back in the air again. This time again, Maloney, a little backhander, gets the ball out. Jem will try to work through the contest. Picked up there. Walsh gets the handball away. Parrish puts the ball back in
down the ground
again.
Down the ground, and that was a definite bump in the back after he kicked it.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was ill discipline.
And it's going to Lee Ellis, so he's going to have opportunity now to go back and kick his 4th of the afternoon.
McIntyre was the one, Grub.
A bit of a argy-bargy in the centre there.
Don't know why they try and risk it going ahead,
Have a
but
look
the
at
ball
this.
has been chipped outside, and Kursop Cole is now in some free space by himself, and he can go back. I would have thought Lee Ellis would have had a shot, but Kursop Cole is going to be now looking at his first of the afternoon. So he comes in now from about 25 to 30 metres out directly in front. Kick is tailing away and through for a minor score. So 8-5 now. Winchelsea, they lead at Belpo still on 2 goals, 8. 24 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
Ball working quickly there by Muir. Muir found Norman. Norman goes long down the line to Herman. Herman handballs over back to Norman now. Benny Muir making position. It's not a great kick off the boot, but it gets there in the end. No, drops what he probably should have taken. Pick up, quick handball out. Nice little tackle. Ball knocked forward again. Picked up by Freeman. Might have been taken high. Umpire didn't see it that way. Another handball out. Parrish dives on top of the ball here. Does very, very well to feed it backwards. The play wrapped up again. The umpire's going to have no choice, I think, but to come in. It's getting very, very scrappy.
Geez, he was everywhere down there, Norman, then.
He was.
Oh, Harvey.
Harvey Norman.
It wasn't even him, you
It
idiot.
was number 12, mate. That's him.
Not the first one was Herman.
Yeah, I know. I said that. Anyway, Kursop Call with the ball now. He breaks through, throws it on the right boot. I called Herman first up.
Norman, you called.
No, I said Herman. Norman to Herman to Norman. Anyway, minor score there to
Sounds the
Kursop
same to
Cole.
me.
So, anyway, it's okay.
Norman, there he is again.
Why do we invite you back every week?
Because I'm the boss.
No, you're not. Anyway,
You're just the newbie.
Anyway, Herman to bring the ball back in now.
That's better.
Tips it in short. Finds Norman.
That's better.
That's what I called before. Anyway,
Thank
Norman's going to come across here to Bannister. Bannister takes the mark in the defensive goal square. Norman running past for the handball. That's where he goes with it. Hasn't got a lot to kick to down the line. So they've turned it over again. Morris takes the mark here for Winch. He just drives the ball into the centre looking for a teammate, but goes over his head. They picked up here. Clissold can't quite grab it. Harmer gets in it, lend a hand. Ball hits the deck. Harmer gets it, handballs it out wide, but doesn't go anywhere in particular. Winch running onto the ball again now. Quick little give. I would have thought that one was to Timms. Timms couldn't control it. The ball's still moving forward. Picked up deep in defence there. It was by Martin, drives it out, but only as far as O'Connell. He can't take the mark. Well, Gemmell just moves Maloney, so he moves the ball forward. Quick kick out of defence here by Belpo still, but it's almost like Winch have got 7 more players on the ground. So Nagel wins that one, picks the ball up. Handball's over top, nice quick kick there in the end. Mark has been taken on the half-forward line here. So, sizing up options now. Strong lead put out there in front, ball punched to ground. Picked up again by Winch, but not going anywhere. Quick handball over the top, finds its way to Simmons. Simmons on the left foot, misses and has kicked it out of bounds on the full. So, Muir for Belpo still deep in defence. Having a lot of trouble getting past the centre line, Grub.
They are, and I'll tell you what, this last 3 or 4 minutes, Winchelsea have actually stopped kicking goals. Now they're kicking points.
Yeah, so Muir finds Herman on a strong lead. This is the option now. The second kick has been the problem. Trying to get it out. Winch have forced him across. Short kick in towards Harmer. Gemmell does very, very well to bring the ball to ground. Called out of it. Handball back to Huff now. Huff with a flying shot at goal. There deep into the fence. Bannister at the back has taken the mark. So Daniel Bannister. It's the second or third time this quarter he's relieved. Hands over the top to Vashurin. Vashurin now for Belpo, still 30 out from his own goal. He has gone backwards again. So causing themselves a lot of problems here, Belpo.
I don't know what that gets them.
Well, it was a short kick in, and he's done well. That
Good
was
boy.
That was Edwards, I think, who took that mark. Done very, very well to hold on to that one under all sorts of pressure. Wasn't a great kick, but this is the problem. This is where they're getting held up again. So strong lead on the far side of the ground. That's where he heads with it. So maybe a chance now for Belpo still to build something. Long kick down the line. That's come off very, very well. That's what we want to see more of, Grub.
Yep.
So that Mar, I think, had that. Goes across to Clissold. So Daniel Clissold still inside his defensive 50 now. No Belpo's about 7 possessions. He's on that left foot. Goes long down the line. A 2-on-1 contest and never going to win that one. Timms takes a fantastic grab at the front of the pack. So, true centre wing here. Tim's with the chance. He's been told to play on after moving around the mark, but he's got plenty of support there. Chips the ball over the top, finds Maloney. Maloney gives the handball away to Kersop Cole. He puts on the afterburners, goes long down the line, almost finds Gould. He drops probably what he may have taken in the end. He's got plenty of time to get around. Handball over to Parrish. Parrish again there goes in towards Morris.
Be careful.
Morris with the up and under. Players fly. I'll tell you what, he can stick and grab you. He might pay that one. Couldn't quite hold on to it. So there it is. The half-time siren has sounded. We've got 28 minutes that time. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter. Dale, goal kickers, please, mate.
Yes, to this stage of the game, Leo is still with his 3, 2 to Gould, 2 to Huff, 1 to O'Connell. And for the Belpost Hillside, 1 to Norman and 1 to Edwards. So as we said, at this stage, a 34-point lead to the Winchelsea side. We'll take a short break, come back, and we'll go through everything that's happened here in the first half. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Magnificent day here at Eastern Reserve, apart from what Dan Gresky said, the president. We turned around and said it's always cold here normally, but it hasn't quite worked out that way. It's beautiful. So half-time sees Winchelsea, the home side, 8-6-54, leading Belpost Hill 2-8-20. Scores from around the grounds at the moment. Inverleigh 7-5-47, leading Geelong West 4-2-26. East Geelong 8-5-53, leading Anaki 2-2-14. Cryo 6-5-41, leading Thompson 5-1-31. Werribee 51 to North Geelong 20. And Bannockburn are 5 points up over Belmont. I think the score's changed in the Dale. I think that's what I got. But you said there's been another goal kick by Belmont, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought Belmont went
Belmont in front. Well, that was sent to me about 5 minutes ago because, of course, I get no internet out of here, so I can't help you. Big shout out to Jack Yates and he's ratbag of Father Ian, who's sitting up in Queensland watching us, Grub.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well,
30-year reunion of the Belpost Still second flag. Ian played 1 year at Belpost Still, played in the flag, decided to go to Queensland on the year's 30-year anniversary. So what a good clubman he is.
Well, I tell you what, when you're talking about Yates, I think what I heard was he got injured in the last 10 seconds of the game. You got to be stiff. If you had a good timekeeper, he'd be right this week.
He'd be playing. Grub,
Hey?
thoughts on the first half,
Who was
mate?
doing the timekeeping? Ange.
Oh, no, don't go there. Come on, mate. I was going to say you're better than that, but you actually aren't.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Not.
Well, I tell you what turned in from an enjoyable quarter and 10 minutes almost turned into a slaughter. They just hit the buttons, just like they switched the switch, and after that, Belpost Hill couldn't get it past the centre, and you called it right quite a few times. They just couldn't get it. They had a magnificent defensive structure across half back and even across the centre. And what Belpost Hill did the right thing. They tried to go the short game and break it up. And I'm not having to go, but the dynasty Belpost Hill had the skills to get through that. These blokes are just learning and they didn't quite have the skills. But you've got to do it because if you're going to be like that, you've got to practice it. No good practicing at training. It's easy at training. You practice it out here and you might lose some games. But eventually, these young Belpost Hill kids will gain those skills and they could get back to where the old champions were. But it's going to take a fair bit. But Winchelsea, hey, you've got to give them credit. They give themselves a good lead by kicking straight. And then all of a sudden, as I say, they flicked that switch and played as good a football as I've seen any team play this year. Their short game was good. They kicked long. Their goal kicking, they kicked a couple of points towards the end. But they went in with a really good lead and thoroughly deserved it because the second half of that quarter was magnificent.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get underway here, Grub. Very succinct there, mate. So a nice little lead in for Dale to take over.
Yes, umpire has now thrown the ball in the air. Start the third quarter here. Hecker gets the first step down, goes to Parrish. Got a little handball clear of the contest. It's going to be cleared away, though. Goes towards Harmer. He couldn't pick it up cleanly. Into the hands now of Gemmell. And he goes into their half-forward line. Gould in front. Couldn't take the mark. Good ball from behind. Ball comes to ground now. Belpost still had the numbers around the contest. It's going to be picked up or tapped forward there by O'Connell. Again, going back to get the ball was Herman. Picked up again and kicked forward there by Huff. Will it fall into the hands? No, it won't. Picked up by Ellis. Ellis on the left boot goes back towards goal. Ball has been touched and will be pushed through for a minor score. So a quick start there. 8-7 to the Winchelsea side. 2-8 to Belpost Hill.
Let's see if Tari's taught him anything because here we go again. They're going to try and get it out of their back line.
Yep, so we've got Benny Muir kicking in. Goes out wide looking for... and trying to find Haynes, but the mark over the back has been taken out there, this time by Morris. So the ball's going to go back into their forward line very quickly. A long kick going into their forward line. Didn't hit their target, but coming through was Maloney. Tried to tap the ball out in front of himself. It's picked up again at ground level. Belpost Hill with some numbers. I think that was player in Freeman. He has a shot at goal. He is offline, so they now move to 8-8. And the ball in quickly from the back line. Goes out to the back pocket. Playing on now and working the ball forward, so deep in defence. Oh, he ran a fair way there. The umpire let it go, which was good. McKay up over the top, couldn't take the mark. Now it's at ground level, and this is Parrish Finn holding the ball up right in the middle of the ground. Umpire said no prior opportunity to get the ball out, so we're going to have a ball up which will take place. Thrown up quickly by the umpire. Hecker again gets the ball out. Herman did nicely, got out of that contest, puts boot to ball, goes towards Fantella. got into trouble and got the handball away, which is okay. In the hands now of Walsh, got the handball outside, goes to Finn Parrish. He's kicked round the boundary line, and the mark has been taken out here. Gemmell once again. So he's now got some options further down the field. A little short chip up over the top will be okay. Timms, was he just inside the line? No. Umpire said that is correct call.
That's a great call from that kid. Well done, son.
Goes to Jones. Jones goes in quickly, and again, his kick is going to be offset. Mark is going to be taken out there this time by Walsh. He looks to go towards centre half forward. Quick kick into that position. Mark wasn't taken at ground level. Ball gets through the grasp of players. Gemmell went back and collected it into the hands of Ellis. Handballs over the top to Freeman. Comes back on the right boot. Wants to give the handball away. Lost his options there. Yep, good call, and the free kick will go to Belpost Hill. And it's going to go to Flacavento at the centre half back position. Goes out wide. Mark will be taken out there by Norman. And he plays on. Goes in quickly. Good kick. Good mark. Marr has been moved to the forward line. Some options up forward. Norman's continued on. He picks the ball up and he goes into their forward line, but reading it nicely was Walsh, and he comes across and takes a mark in defence. Transfers play, club room side of the ground. Gemmell's made some good space. Now he's opened himself to plenty if he wants to run, but he just chips the ball along the boundary line. Mark taken out there by Timms, and he goes back into the middle. That's a dangerous kick, but Henry has the mark. With a little bit of pressure around him. Running player back in the hands of Walsh. Kicks long, goes towards centre wing. Berg couldn't take the mark. Went back and tries to collect the ball. Has got it now. Tackled, brought to ground. Tries to get out of there, but he's not. And a good tackle there. Belpost still able to hold things up. So as we approach the 3.5 minute mark, it is 8-8 to Winchelsea, 2-8 to the Belpost Hill side.
So ball in the air now. Hecker and Morris. Hecker wins that one down clearly to Harmer. Harmer goes across to Herman. Herman just throws the ball in the boot. Finds Norman. Norman does well again, looking for options forward. Stops props, goes chips into the centre, finds Harmer again.
Good kick, Joshy.
Controlling the ball nicely. Harmer drives it long, looking for and finding Tyler Edwards. So Edwards has won. Not sure if he's comfortable. He's looking at the options inside. The umpires come over and line him up now, so there'll be no playing on.
He gave us the impression that he didn't like it. So
He did. He was looking at options, wasn't he? But now he's going right back. So pull the socks up. So Edwards now for Belpost Hill, deep in the pocket. Coming in, kicking from about 30 metres.
Geez, this would lift him if he get this.
So ball hits the boot. It's pushing back towards the goal. Won't have the distance. It's knocked through for a minor score to Belpost Hill. They move to 2 goals 9, trailing Winchelsea 8 goals 8. 4.5 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter. So it's waiting for the ball to be retrieved from those lovely trees over the back there. Finn Parrish with ball in hand now. Looking at his options. Leads off it everywhere, but just ignores a lot of the short. Goes long down the line. It's a nice kick out there to Welsh. Welsh, I don't know if he lost it in the sun, but he's done very, very well. Recovers. Great little handball in the middle to O'Connell. O'Connell has one bounce. O'Connell has a second bounce. Running through the middle. Third bounce now. No one coming at him. So he just drives the ball long into the forward line for Winch. Ball hits the deck, punch forward. Overrunning it there was Clissold. Gives Winch a chance now. Off the deck, quick hands up, and it goes to Freeman, who snaps the ball around the corner and has his first for the afternoon. Josh Freeman gets one. Winch go to 9-8, leading Belpost still 2-9. We've gone 5.5.
Geez, they haven't kicked many goals. Sorry, they haven't kicked many goals from coast to coast, have they? But that was just a beauty. And when the ball hit the deck up there with the numbers, it always looked like Winchelsea were going to get that goal. They just didn't quite have the numbers, Belpost Hill. They had a couple of chances to grab it, and they didn't quite hold on to it. And with those Winch forwards, you can't afford to do that because they're really on song today. The big danger man up there, Hoff and Gould, they're dangerous. I know they haven't really tore the game apart yet, but they look like they can, and that's what worries me.
Well, they've got 4 between them, mate, so
yeah.
And then Alice is the 3, so there's 7 of them. Anyway, back in the middle now. Hecker and Morris. Hecker is decidedly taller, but Morris has got a great leap on him. Gets up again, taps the ball down. Wrapped up immediately, not going anywhere. So we will have another ball up. O'Connell, who had that dashing run through the middle moments ago. So the ball in the air. Morris up over the top, wins that one clear to Gemmell. Gemmell just paddles it forward a little bit there. So trying to burst their way through. Not happening. Umpire says, I'll have another go at this. Harmer and O'Connell, the last 2 up. So ball in the air again now. Morris again wins that one coming over the top. Again, we're going to have another stalemate, another ball up. So 3 ball ups. Must be time for a free kick, Dale.
That's usually what happens, Spider. They usually pluck one to get the ball moving, which actually, to me, would be a good option anyway. Ball from Morris over the top, giving the ball down again. Little kick forward by Cook, didn't travel too far, picked up outside into the hands of Parrish. Parrish looks up and goes into their forward line, reading the play nicely there. Mark has been taken out there by Haynes, and he will steady things down for the Belpost Hill side, goes short to centre half back. McIntyre comes up at the ball, takes the mark, still inside defensive 50. An option out wide. Plenty of room in this ground to do so. Mark is taken out there on the far side. Ball now around the boundary line, so into now Flacavento, I think that is.
Mm-hmm.
So they may be just outside the defensive 50 now. So Flacavento looks at his options, runs and carries and kicks the ball longer, goes over centre wing, goes towards Mar. Budavalis did nicely, got his hand in on top of the ball, picked up. Again, Belpost still emerged with it into the hands of Fantella and goes in towards their centre half forward position. Mark not taken out there by Kirsup Cole. Going through, Kerrin's got the handball back outside, went back to Harmer. Budavalis hot on his hammer there, but he can't pick the ball up. Now he gets those to hands and knees, kicks the ball off the ground. That was Kirsup Cole. Again, Belpost still win possession back again. Ball kicked forward there. Might have been by Lynch, was it?
Tell you what,
he's kicked the goal.
That was Edwards again, was it?
It was. Actually, you're right. It is Edwards out there. He has kicked his second goal of the afternoon. And the third now for the Belpost Hill side. They moved to 3-9, 9-8 Winchelsea. And we have gone just over 8 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
It's a badly needed one and a really, really good goal. That was a fantastic goal. And I heard you call Tyron Lynch up here. He's the bloke causing us all the trouble running straight at us and keeps running out of the back line. That's... When was it, just before?
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah, the boat.
He ran out, and I thought, gee, and we can't tell. He's players in the way, but I looked him up. That's young Tyron Lynch. He's doing a pretty good job down here to start that magnificent bit of play.
He's got the pigtail, hasn't he?
Yes, but you can't see it when he runs at us.
What else do you call it?
The ponytail ball in the air again. Looks like Maloney's in now. So, might have been held out the ball there, and I think that's been picked up by the umpire, Rouget. Tyron Lynch is the son of Tristan Lynch, the former Geelong and Brisbane player. So, bit of breeding in the family. So Rouget now for Winchelsea, still inside the centre square.
Only looks like a kid too, Spot.
Yep, it does, mate. So he goes short looking for Gould. Ball goes over the back. Brought the pack. That's very well picked up there by Gemmell. Gemmell goes looking for Gould again. Ball hits the ground. O'Connell runs onto it now. Right foot in front of the club rooms here at Winch. Pushes the ball wide. That's not taking the mark, I don't think.
Yeah, I think it might be, as long as the second grab wasn't over the boundary line.
That was my concern, mate, but it apparently wasn't. So Belpost still to bring the ball back in, very stagnant across the half-back line. So goes it long in the Vashurin and Herman direction. Budavalis brings the ball to ground in front of Kersop Cole. Budavalis then tries again, doesn't work for him. Falls in the hands of Benny Muir. Benny Muir, nice left foot kick looking for Fantella. But just a little bit too much carry on that, and the ball dribbles out of bounds, about 60 metres around from Belpost Hill's goal. You're right, that Edwards goal was just fantastic.
Yep.
I think he was going to land the square. But anyway, Hecker to do battle here with Maloney. Maloney works his way to the front. Hecker at the back, left hand down to Vashurin, who's wrapped up immediately to tackle by Rouget. Ball spills free. Gemmell now picks it up as he's done all day. Drives Winch into attack again. Great hands at the front there, and
That's
I think
a mark.
Gould has taken that mark. You were talking about him earlier, mate.
Yeah.
There's the strength. Just held his position in front. So Gould now goes very, very, very short. I don't think it was barely 15, and the umpire said it wasn't either. So Cook now waltzes around his opponent, drives Winch long into attack. Bannister at the back there, can't quite take the mark. Well, it's actually Hecker, so he couldn't quite take the mark. Running the ball out now, in a bit of trouble. That's Bannister with the ball now. His handball is smothered by Gould. Gould nearly gets the ball back. Bannister done very, very well the second attempt. But the ball falls in the hands of Morris. Morris drives Winch forward with a handball. Gould just running through, taking the ball with him. And has a free kick being picked out for holding the man, I believe, here by the umpire. I don't know who is the recipient, whether it's going to be Gould. No.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it? Yeah, it is Gould with the ball now, is it? I've got the reflection off that car in the background.
It's a pain in the bum, isn't it?
Mate, I have trouble seeing through the lenses on my glasses, let alone seeing that far of that reflection. But it is Gould. You spoke of him, said Grub. You spoke of him before, and he runs very straight lines at the ball.
Yeah, he does. He does. A big, strong kid too.
Yes. So Gould now coming in, looking at his third for the afternoon. Ball leaves the boot into the square, rushed through by the Belpost Hill defence. Actually misses everything, goes out of bounds. So the boundary line throw in about 15 metres ramp from the Winch goal. Doing the majority of the attacking here. They're 9-8-62, leading Belpost Hill 3-9-27. We've about to tick over 12 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter here at Eastern Oval. So, ball to be thrown in. Looks like Hecker and Morris. I think that hit Hecker on the head, but it's fallen through to a Belpost Still teammate. He goes out to Kerrins. Kerrins' kick is smothered.
Yeah, there's a whistle.
There's a whistle. The umpire from down here
Belpost
has
Still
picked
free
up.
kick.
Thank you, Grub. Done well there. So, for sure in there for Belpost Still driving out wide. Transfer of play. Had the option forward, didn't use him, so went longer down the line. So put a lot of pressure on Martin, who in the end didn't fly. Relieving Mark taken for Winch, centre wing. Quick movement back. That's a nice looking kick. Finds the Huff, the captain Huff. He drives the ball in looking for Kersop Cole. He flew, couldn't quite take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Players dive on it. Ball comes out the back to free for Shuren's lying over the top of the ball at the moment. I don't think he'll be penalised for that. No prior. That's how the umpire's seen it. We've done well, Grub. This is 3 games in a row. They've been very, very good. Not to put the moz on them.
Yeah, they've done well.
So ball in the air. Maloney wins that one down. Falls to Kersop. Cole turns around. Quick kick into the forward line for Winch. Couldn't quite take the mark there was Alice. He feeds the handball back out to Finn Parrish. Parrish stops and props off 1 foot. Puts it in an open space. Players fly. Ball comes to ground. Picked up the handball out to Gould. Gould just chips one around the corner. And I tell you what, that was nearly going to go through.
Yeah.
Rushed through for a minor score. So 9-9 Winch. 3-9 to Belpost Hill. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
Ball back in very quickly, makes his way towards centre wing, picked up out there, and again, Bird can't get past his opponent, and it goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in on the far side. It might have been Tim's, actually, the Winchelsea player at the far side. Berg standing right here in front of me. Ball from that throw-in contest, picked up there. McKay gets the handball back inside, went looking for McIntyre. Intercept there was by Finn Parrish, and he goes quickly back into their forward line. Ball gets out the back, but I tell you what, that's okay. Mark has been taken out there by O'Connell. You know, he can kick a ball, so this is well within his range, and he's going to go back and look for his second goal of the afternoon. Just can't see exactly where he would be, but I'm thinking probably from about 45 out.
Can't even see on the screen to help you, Dale.
Yeah, no, it's pretty hard to pick that line up.
50 there,
Steps inside, and I reckon he kicks from that position. It's low and flat, and it has the distance. He has got his second goal of the afternoon, and the 10th now for the Winchelsea side. They are 10-9. They lead Belpost still on 3-9, 14, almost 15 minutes gone to Grandy Cycling Sports, third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, another beautiful kick. As soon as he took it, we all thought, he's a long way out, but he could kick this. And I don't know. I think that's pretty much put an end to Belpost Hill for winning the game. But what they've got to do is hang in there now and just learn a bit and to get better and wait for some players to come back. But I was going to ask you, Spy, do you ever play cricket on this ground?
Yes, I have, mate.
Well, I tell you what, you get Loftus 6 up here. It's about 35 metres over the fence. You've got to hit it 160 to get it up there.
And the boundaries are right out too, mate, going to the side. Anyway, back in the middle now. Ball in the air. McKay versus Maloney. Maloney wins that one down as far as O'Connell. Wrapped up in a tackle. Rouget wrapped up in a tackle. The ball hits the deck. Umpire will come in. We'll do it all again. Yeah, mate, it's a long way to hit. They put the rope in out here, mate, which is about 25 metres out from goal.
Just drive it, every ball.
Yep. Anyway, ball in the air. Maloney wins at one, and the ball lands in his own hands. It's a quick kick on the boot. No 15. The umpire's called. So, quick handball out. Finds Benny Muir. Benny Muir on the left foot. Bit of it up and under here. Cassidy Parrish ran at the flight of the ball. Nearly took a great mark.
Nearly hit him in the face.
Parrish, it did. And Parrish drives the ball long towards Freeman. Freeman takes a very good mark just inside the boundary line. Umpire in the right spot again to call it. So he goes over the top to Rouget. Rouget goes to Bailey Carl. Carl handball through the middle again. Kersop Cole, quick kick. Ball's going to land in the goal square. Ball comes to ground now. Who's the first one to pick it up? It is, I'll tell you what, it's going to be another goal, and that was kicked by Simons, it was. So Jack Simons has his first for the day, the 11th for Winch. They move to 11-9, leading Belpost still 3-9, 16.5, the Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter scoreboard.
I want to watch that one on the replay. You said the ball comes to ground. I reckon he did that. I reckon he put his body there. He brought it to ground to himself into an advantageous position and then went bang. That was really good footy. Really good footy.
Scores level at Inverleigh and Geelong West.
Oof, wow.
And scores level at Cryo and Thompson.
We might have another round like we did last week.
Here you go, mate.
What?
Paint, you asked about the cricket paints. I umpired him, gave him out LB, had to walk home because I used to pick paints up.
Should have given him not out, you idiot.
So back in the middle of the ground we go again. This time ball runs back towards centre wing. Over the top, Flaccavento. Also Parrish head over the top. Ball comes out. They're unable to clear the pack there at the present time. Picked up. Matty Muir tries to knock it, but he knocked it straight back into the middle. Now it's outside, ball outside, and it will be picked up out there by Timms. Back on the right boot, looks back inside, Parrish in front. Good mark that time, takes the mark, and he's outside 50, I would think. He's got some options across the ground, turns and goes quickly into their forward line. Ellis comes up, and he has taken the mark. Actually, I don't think it's Ellis this time. It might be the same bloke before. Simons again, I reckon that might be.
Gee, he's done some nice stuff, this kid.
He has.
And I thought Cassidy Parrish, he's been in and about, but he just hasn't been probably at his best. But his last couple of minutes, that mark and that kick, that was a class act. That was a bit of class footy.
So that's a nice kick forward there, and Simons has probably 2 goals within a minute. He's now kicked Winchelsea along to 12-9, 3-9 to Belpo still, and we tick towards 18 minutes to Granny Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
This is what you come to see at the footy, where you can go through all the Winch players, and I don't reckon there's anybody there that hasn't done his job out there today. You know, Belpost have got a lot of kids, and they're trying to hang in there, but just about every Winchelsea player you can see, he's done a couple of nice things. He's going all right, and that's why, even though you're on the bottom of the ladder, they can still make the 5 because they're a very good team.
So ball back in the air, Moani favourable. That one just taps it forward. Coming at it, overrunning the ball, there was Cook. Picked up quickly by Flaccavento, who feeds the ball out wide. I think that was propping the ball, but no, the umpires let it go. So now it falls into the hands of McKay. McKay has Mari out wide, but he ignores him. Handballs over to Benny Muir, who spears a pass in, but doesn't go anywhere. Carl overruns it, so does Fantella, but keep moving the ball forward to Winch. Luck's a fortune. Freeman lands on his chest. He comes out wide to Kersop Cole.
Here comes the pace.
He can run. Norman chasing him. Kersop Cole goes long, looking for goal, and it's fallen over the back. Simons has
again.
3 in 2 minutes
Whoa!
here. He has set Eastern Reserve alive. They move on to 13-9 now. Winch to 3-9 Belpo still, and that is their 6th goal for the quarter. We've gone 19 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
Well, I think Kersop Cole's eyes just lit up when he got that. He thought, I'm going to stroll in here and kick a goal. But I was very surprised at the pace of young Josh Norman. He was going to catch him, and he realised he had to get rid of it before he was within distance. But it don't matter when you got a bloke on fire like Simons. That's incredible. I mean, he'd done some nice things early, but the last 3 or 4 minutes, he's been sensational.
It's amazing. You can just be in that right spot, can't you?
Yeah.
That's what he's been doing.
Alice kicks 3 in a row, so's this bloke.
Yep, so the ball back in the middle. This time McKay gets the ball down again, goes after it again. Gemmell went after it. Coming through there, picked up again, Parrish. Doesn't matter which one had it first or second, but the Parrish has got the ball forward. Into the hands now, I think that might be Cook. Look back inside, that's a nicely weighted kick. Into the hands of Gemmell. He continues to run. He loads up from outside 50, goes long. Mark like taken out there.
Oh, what's wrong with you, Simon?
Simmons, he had an opportunity before in forward, I reckon, but it's been pushed through for a minor score.
He's no good.
13-10 now to the Winchelsea side, and a Belpo still on 3 goals, 9. And we're looking to bring the ball back in. That might be Clissold doing the kicking in duty this time. So he's going to look to go clubroom side and long and outside 50 going across. Ball marked out there. Hecker did that and read that nicely.
He's hanging in there, the big fella.
Looks back inside. Kick was dangerous to Jones. Went back and collected it. Got the handball away. Put his teammate under pressure. Actually left the ball behind. And that was Vashurin. It was. Picked up out there. Again, handball over the top. Goes to O'Connell. He's tackled, brought down. No prior there. Umpire, good decision, comes in. Will take possession.
Yeah, it might have been Alice up the ground a bit.
Yes, getting out of his zone there, isn't he?
Got lost.
Well, why wouldn't you when Simons is playing like he is?
The ball now.
That's holding the man.
Yeah, that's the. I don't know whether I heard the umpire's whistle there. But
Yeah, he did. No one else has, though.
Yeah,
But, all the players around there had.
So free kick is going to go to Jones.
He's arguing with the umpire, Parrish, right, because he honestly believed that the bloke had the ball when he tackled him, but it had already just gone. So it was a good decision, but I can understand why Parrish thinks he's been, done it a bit, but he hasn't.
So Jones now from inside the centre square. He goes long towards their centre half forward position. McKay couldn't take the hands, get the grasp. Goes back to ground level, picked up. Walsh got through the contest. Handballs it out. Mark coming the other way.
Yep.
He was also tackled without the ball. Free kick going to that player.
And 50.
That will be 50. Absolutely going to be 50.
That's stupid.
Now stop. You've got the 50. Now stop. That could be 100. Could be 100.
So Dan Muir will be from centre wing, and I'm not too sure how far he's going. He's going down. Looks like the umpire's giving him 50, and a good 50 at that.
No, he's giving him 100. He's put him right in the goal score. Oh, that's
no, that's not 100.
It's bigger than 50, though.
Yeah, well, it's bigger than 50, but it's not quite 100.
Well, there's not
He
100
settled on
there.
75.
Maybe called halfway. They've gone 75.
Yeah, there's not 100 there.
So, Ma, who's been playing full or back in the defence for most of the game, has moved forward in this second half. And he can go back, looks at his first, kicks at goal. Umpire says that is okay. He will get his first. And for Belpo still their fourth. They're 4-9, 13-10 to the Winchelsea side. 22 minutes gone. The Granny Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Well, we talk a lot about when football happens, but I just want to go, we call hold the ball, bang, hold the ball. Hold the man, bang, holding the man. Another one, holding the man. That's 50, 50. If I'm right, that means the umpiring is absolutely spot on in that passage. No, it was, though, wasn't it?
Yep.
They just got everything spot on. And, you know, we've been seeing that for 3 or 4 weeks now. And it's a joy to come and watch them when they get it right. They've been getting it right for a while.
Yep. So back in the middle now, Hecker and Morris to do battle. Ball in the air. Morris wins that one down towards Cassidy Parish, but O'Connell comes through. Can't get away with it, but the ball ends up in the hands of
He's going the wrong way!
Who has run through the middle.
He's going the wrong way!
And has kicked it 50 metres the wrong way. And in
they
the
got
end,
a goal!
I don't even know who kicked that one off the ground.
Huff.
Was that Huff coming through, was it? So McIntyre has done beautifully, broken out of the centre and kicked the ball 55 metres the wrong way. Huff is a recipient, kicks the ball off the ground. The 14th now for Winch. They move to 14-10, leading Belpo still 4-9, 23.5.
Wouldn't want to be a close game, would it?
Absolutely speechless. I don't know what to say.
You hear all the players going the wrong way, you're going the wrong way. He didn't go there, he's going to have a bounce for a second then.
I think McIntyre's just got himself into Winchelsea's best players.
I think he should have kicked the goal. Would have been better for him.
I tell you
Would have
what,
been deliberate.
I would have just let him continue to run.
I've seen it happen. It doesn't happen very often, but it's got to be funny when it does, but embarrassing for the boy.
Ball's back in the air again now. Morris goes up high, but Hecker wins that one down. Here's McIntyre again. He handballs it this time.
That's better.
Done well. So the ball here, McKay couldn't quite get through, but Parish does really, really well. Follows up again. Knocks the ball forward. In the centre here now. Jones going for it, leaves it for his teammate who's slung tackle and in trouble.
Too. Yeah.
And judging by what happens, that could be looked at.
Maybe.
Straight back up.
I think he's all right.
Straight back up. So McIntyre kicks the ball the right way this time.
Oh.
Over the back there. It's a great spoil. It was affected by Anaki. He's knocked the ball 30 metres forward and knocked it outside a defensive 50.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that.
Didn't we see that earlier on this somewhere? Was that on? Where was that?
Oh,
I've seen it somewhere this year somewhere.
Bulldogs played it last week, league footy.
Oh,
There
that
we
young
go.
kid, Riley, whatever his name is.
Probably West. There goes the ball through, finds Kerins. Kerins handballs the ball back, quick kick in by Vashurin. Up and under, Mar flies, ball punched away again there by Carl, and we will have
Riley Sanders.
Oh, Riley Sanders.
A couple of weeks back, I've seen it. He ran and ran.
Oh, no.
So it happens at the elite level, so don't worry about it happening here, Grub.
Well, that just woke us up. So the ball in now. Hecker uses his body well, taps the ball down. Picked up, quick kick on the left foot here, drives Belpo still forward, but only as far as Welsh, who stood his ground, took a fantastic relieving mark in defence. So Welsh now plays on. He's got options out here. Finn Parish turns around, takes a very good grab, just keeps running. So Winch now put the afterburners on. Goes long looking for Huff. He's taken off the ball, and the ball has stayed in play. So a bit of a scrap going now. Ball hits the deck. What's the umpire going to say? Dropping the ball. Thought I might have been holding the man beforehand, mate. The jumper got nearly ripped off his...
It wasn't obvious either, was it?
Yeah, but I suppose he's got the back to the play of the umpire, so the Huff will take the ball. He's just giving a couple of blokes a bit to go on with here, so he's getting a bit willing. Nice little kick into space there, and that's done very, very well at the Simons. He dropped that one this time. His purple patch might be over, Grub.
yeah, he's gone off the boil.
Gone off the boil. So the netball siren goes again just to confuse us. So there'll be a ball up here about 35, 40 metres round from the Winch goal. Ball in the air now. Bannister wins that one down to Fantella. Fantella couldn't quite get a grasp on it, so we'll have another repeat of what happened right in front of the club rooms here at the Eastern Reserve. Shadows now creeping across the ground, ball in the air. Parrish wins that one down. Quick pick up there by Kerrins. He's taking the ball over the line, so we'll have a boundary line throw in now. We've gone 27 minutes. The Grandy Cycle and Sport third quarter here. So, just waiting for the boundary umpire now to throw the ball in. Hecker and Parrish will do battle. That's a short throw. The umpires might say take it back. They didn't know. So Kerrins grabs the ball out of the air. Ball hits the deck. He's wrapped up. Somehow it comes out of the pack there. Cassidy Parrish does really well. Picks it up to Carl, who throws it on the boot. And the ball has stayed in play somehow. Must have been a bit of breeze there. Anyway, the Huff picks it up again. Breaks one tackle. Wrapped up in a second. Ball spills through. The umpire says, no, you had your prior opportunity. So free kick to Bell Post Hill. A short kick in here, looking for Muir, and it's been cut off. So is that Kersop Cole with the ball? No, it was a Berg. No, Kersop Cole with the ball now.
Thompson 56, Cryo 47, Bannockburn 41, Belmont 59, North 46, Werribee 75, West 60, Inverleigh 73.
Thank you very much.
Anaki 21, East Geelong 94.
Oof. So Kersop Cole here. Coming in, deliberate shot at goal. It's pushed across the face. Still in the field of play. Mark has been taken by Winch. Is that Huff again, is it? Looks very much like it. So Huff takes a good contested mark right beside the behind post here. Very tight angle. That's what they do these days. You probably take 2 steps around and try and hook it back. So he already has 3 for the day, Jordan Huff. So he does exactly that, and the goal umpire does not move and says, Jordan Huff, you have now 4 for the day. Winchelsea, you now have 15. You move to 15-10, 100, leading Belpo still 4-9-33. We've gone 29 minutes to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
Well, I think Belpo still would wish the sign would go pretty quickly so they can regroup at three-quarter time, but I'm not quite sure that's going to happen because Winch have just taken right over this game, and Belpo still, look, they're trying to hang on. They're doing the best they can, but you know, it's strange, isn't it? The bottom of the ladder playing, 8th? And the bottom of the ladder's showing that they're a class above at the moment with the players that they got in, with these two sides, but that's all you can judge it on.
Yep.
And they've really impressed me, Winch. I've got to admit that. I'll tell you what, they're the most impressive bottom side I've ever seen, to be quite honest.
So we're back in the middle now, and Ruckman go at it. Morris up over the top. Ball comes to ground. Hecker picks the ball up from that contest. Tackle. Ball gets the ball out to Fantella. Fantella was right for the umpire. I thought that might have been a throw.
It was pretty close. It must have been.
Going to be coming from the middle of the ground. It's ended up in the hands of O'Connell. Got himself out of trouble and back in. Got the handball out the back, so back to Morris. Morris now looks up. Goes back into the middle of the ground. Ball out the back. Mark will be taken out there by Jones. So Jones now running options coming past Herman, has ignored him. He goes quickly into centre half forward. Low flat kick. Morris made the adjustment there and got to the ball. Walsh over the top, goes back towards his teammate there. And that was Rouget. Rouget's short kick is also good. Outside the Kersop Cole. Player out wider into the hands now of Berg. So Berg, plenty of time to look up and deliver the ball into their forward line. But the kick was misdirected and it's gone straight into the hands of Flacavento. He goes back into the middle of the ground. Another dangerous kick. Bortavalis from behind. Ball comes to ground. Out the back, picked up by Herman. Herman goes to Hecker. Hecker, left boot, goes into their forward line. In front. Mark not taken, so out the back. Harmer an opportunity. Probably had more time than he had, but he's kicked the ball off the ground and it will run through for a goal.
Sorry, Sammy.
Sammy Harmer gets his first of the afternoon and the 5th now for Belpost Hill. They're 5-9. They trail Winchelsea on 15-10. We have ticked over 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I thought it was already through. No, they haven't allowed it.
But if he hasn't touched it again, it's in play.
No,
yeah, but he did try and kick it.
Right?
The second time. He kicked it the second time.
Oh, did he?
That's what they're saying, yeah, by the look of it.
Well, replay it.
Well, I've missed it.
So we're saying that's now score 1 count, and it's 4-9 still to Belpost Hill, and 15-10 to Winchelsea. Goal kicks at this stage of the game. Huff has 4, 3 each, 2. Alice Simons, who got 3 in about 4 minutes. 2 to Gould and O'Connell, 1 to Freeman. And for the Belpost Hillside, their 4 goals are Josh Norman, Dan Marr, and 2 to Tyler Edwards. We'll take a short break, come back. Final call action, not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Home side are 15-10, 100, leading Belpost Hill 4-9-33. Bit of controversy there. We've had some viewers text in and say that should have been actually a goal, that when the ball was touched after the siren had sounded, it was over the line already. But anyway, that's the decision the umpires have made. That's the decision we're bound by. So Belpost still remain on 4-9. Grub, thoughts, my friend?
Well, there's not much to say, really. It's all self-explanatory. They've come out in the third quarter doing exactly what they did in the second quarter and just blitzed them off the park. I don't know how many goals they kicked that quarter, 6 or 7?
Seven.
7 goals, and they did it pretty easy too. Again, Belpost still early in the quarter had trouble keeping it or getting it out of their back line. They did it in the finish, and they had a couple of nice bits of play. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. Simons has sort of come from nowhere and gone bang, 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 and then missed 2 opportunities. He could have kicked 5 in 5. And same as Alice in the first quarter, 3 out of 3, and hasn't done a great deal since. But they're just playing as a team all around the ground. A ball hasn't got down there much, but that Walsh down there has been very, very good as well. Belpost still, well, we'll go for them at the end of the game. But the players that were playing okay early have really died out of the game.
77 Belmont Lions, 42 Bannockburn. So they've skipped away there, the Lions. Ball thrown up by the umpire. Final quarter started here. First tap out, Harmer goes, or didn't tap it out, but he knocked it forward. Handball there from Maloney, went straight to the opposition. Goes back inside, and running through there, Versuren kicks the ball off the ground, goes in towards the goal square. Not too sure who's going to look at picking up the ball. Belpost still with a lot of numbers around the contest. Player was tackled there in the goal square. Umpire,
the ball.
Could have been Spider, but free kick for dropping the ball was paid. Ball goes out wide. Mark taken out there, Kersop Cole. So he's in the back pocket now for the Winchelsea side.
He's lifted too.
Take a little bit of pressure off. He goes long around the boundary line. McKay up in front, doesn't take the mark. At the back, Cook, he couldn't take clean possession. Picked up Fantella, was good. Out towards his teammate and Herman. Again, the same thing, dropping the ball. Walsh picks the ball up. His kick was smothered. And that was done by young Lynch. He gets the handball into the forward line, goes back, and it ends into Vashurin's hand again. Kicks towards goal. And
great
that's
footy.
jumping over the umpire's head. Good start in the last quarter to the Belpost still side there, 5th of the afternoon, 5-9, 15-10 to Winchelsea. That took just over 1 minute. Final quarter, Connect Tell, final quarter scoreboard.
That's exactly what you want to see. A side that you can't win the game of football and come out in the last quarter. There's no heads down. There's no, we can't win this. They've gone fair dinkum at it. And I've never known a Justin Tarr side to actually chuck the sponge in. So we might see a very entertaining last quarter. Even though the scores are 10 goals in it, we might see an entertaining last quarter because I know that Belpost still won't throw the sponge in.
So back in the middle now, Maloney goes to the top, but Hecker just grabs the ball out of the air, throws it on the left foot, goes towards Fantella. He's pushed off the ball, goes to Kersop Cole, breaks one tackle, then drives Winchelsea long into attack. Pack forms, follows it back to Simons. Oh, he's going to kick himself, handballs over the top. Another quick handball by Gould to Alice. Alice on the left foot. Comes back into Freeman. Freeman has a bit more time to steady. Throws it on. I tell you what, if that's got the distance. There is a fantastic response. Josh Freeman has his second. Winchelsea have their 16th. We've travelled 2 minutes. Connect our final quarter scoreboard.
Well, Alice could have had a shot. And I'm telling you now, early in his career, I think he would have when he first came here. He's really developed a real team game. He bumped the bloke off. He didn't have the shot. He pushed it back. And I'll tell you what, that's another contender for the Hotham Hotel goal of the day.
I love the way you work through the sponsors, mate. Give them all a crack. It's fantastic.
Well, I actually haven't quite done it as well as I should have today. So just in this last quarter, because the game is over, you might hear a little bit more of it. Bits of stuff like some of these players. That Cryo Bay Health will fix you up tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
Back in the middle we go once again. Hecker and Maloney. Ball from that ruck contest went towards McIntyre. He didn't pick the ball up. Hecker kicks the ball along the ground. Now O'Connell tries to do the same, but Hecker went down and picked the ball up. He was taken off the ball. Marr looks like he's gone back to the centre back position. Vashurin gets the ball inside, and it's picked up there by Harmer. Gets out of the one, gets out of two, got the handball away into the hands of Herman. He goes into their half-forward line. Norman comes through. Didn't pick the ball up, just kicked it forward, but sitting in the hole is Walsh once again. So he's going to now turn things around for the Winchelsea side. Goes back straight up the ground and in good position. The mark will be taken out there by O'Connell. So O'Connell now, he's looking at his option. Goulds makes a good lead for him. He goes in that direction. Then he went over his head. Mark couldn't get back and touch the ball. At the back, into the hands of Haynes. Back we've got now the handball over the top. Ends up in the hands there of Ellis. He's looking for some options outside. Has one there. And it was Berg who puts the ball long in towards the goals and touched right on the line there by Bannister. Forced through for a minor score. 16-11 now Winchelsea 5-9 to Belpost Hill. And we wait for the ball to come back over the fence. Benny Muir.
Almost got the extra long field down the middle, and there's a 44-gallon drum at the back of that ute.
Enough on there. Two drinking it.
Yep. No, I meant the fire.
Got Benny Muir now. Plays on. Went one way, came back the other. And Harmer comes up and takes the mark and decides to go with that and goes towards centre wing. Mark not taken out in front there by Martin, but was spoiled by Bailey Cale, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
That's Adam Martin's young bloke.
Yep.
Certainly is.
Where does Brad Martin fit in? Is he in that
Brother.
same family?
Yeah, Adam and brothers.
Ex-premiership coach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, brothers, mate.
Smiling assassin.
Yes.
Ball thrown back in. Ball out the back. leading the race for the ball. It's going to be picked up there by Rouget. Had support there. Parrish got the ball into Cook. Cook got the running player outside. And that was nice work there by Nagel. And out there now to Berg. Berg has got O'Connell running through the middle. He steps inside 50. Goes long towards goal. In front. Mark not taken. So at ground level, ball needs to be won. Picked up out there again. Gould did the right thing. Looks for the handball back inside. Went past Haynes. Again, picked up out there by Morris this time. Hands over to O'Connell on the right boot. Back to the goal square. Mark taken. Mark sitting in the right position. Plays on, comes out wide. Oh, that's a little bit too wide. That's out of bounds on the full, so it's going to come back once again.
Wasn't 15 Dale was called to play on.
So the kick in short, and Parrish takes the mark. So Parrish has got some time now, and this will test the ability, would think. Cassidy Parrish will kick from just inside 50.
Big boy, isn't he?
He got a bow leg a bit too, isn't he?
Yeah.
So Parrish decides to play on now. Kicks towards goal. He won't get the distance. Mark not taken in the goal square. Again, Belpo still emerged with it. They kick the ball back in towards the centre of the ground. But reading that nicely was Maloney. He's got some running options now. Went to give it to Berg, but he missed it. Walsh was right behind him. He picks the ball up. Went one way. Little chip up over the top will be okay. Ellis will take the mark on his chest. Inside 50.
There's a chance.
Yeah, he's got a good leg on him, so I reckon he is a chance here. Although we are getting late in the game.
Yeah, he's been sitting in the forward line resting for a while.
He went to half forward at one stage, Grub.
Yeah, that's about as far as you'll see him go, I think.
So Lee Ellis now.
And
Three.
rightly so.
All in the first quarter. Can go back and line up for his fourth. And we'll take a good kick from this position. Kicks from right on the 50 line. Goes long. Not marked.
Oh, nearly.
Straight through the hands of O'Connell and through for a minor score. So we now move 16-12 to Winchelsea, 5-9 to the Belpo. Still almost 7 gone. Connect Tell, final quarter scoreboard.
Ben Muir just chips one in short. So little chipping game back on display here. Another nice little short kick into Hecker. Hecker takes the mark about 25 metres out from his own goal. Looking for options further down the ground, but it is very, very stagnant going forward. So he just drives it long to the outer wing. Fly at the back with Normand. Fantastic grab taken there in front. So I think that's Welsh with the ball again. So he plays on now, runs around on the right boot, drives the ball towards the square. Tell you what, no, done very, very well there, Bannister. Another rush behind. So it takes Winch to 16-13, leading Belpo still 5-9. Ball brought back in quickly, finds Kerrins. Kerrins for Belpo still, handballs over the top to the running player, looking to move it on again. Done very, very well. There was Flacavento, chips the ball into the centre. Oh, sorry, Herman chips the ball in well. Running through was Edwards. Couldn't take the ball with him. Cook can. He picks the ball up. He's now been wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire says no prior, which I think was the correct decision. So we'll have a ball up. True centre wing, right in front of the commentary box here at Eastern Reserve. Ball in the air now. Hecker wins that one down. But it's only as far as Freeman. Freeman throws on the boot now, drives Winch forward to Simons. Let's see if he can get another purple patch. No, he can't. Can't pick that one up. Ball picked up there, but wrapped up in a tackle immediately. The umpire says, I'll have it, and that was Haynes for Belpo still. So 55 out from the Winch goal. Hecker and Maloney to do battle. Maloney in front wins that one down, but only as far as McIntyre. McIntyre on the left foot. Quick kick round the corner, only as far as Timms. Timms not paid the mark. But Martin picks the ball up now, comes out towards Norman. Norman steps one way then the other, throws the ball on the boot, finds Edwards. Edwards now the bit of run through the middle, not looking where he's kicking, kicks it straight to Bailey Carl, who plays on immediately. Ball running around now, far side. Lewis Freeman is an absolute paddock out there. He has time and options, goes a handball to Berg. Berg has one bounce. Looking up at the goals now, drives the ball towards the goal square. Simons at the back, but no. Bannister takes the relieving mark again for Belpo still. Chips the ball out quickly here towards Hecker. Hecker now has it, handball over to Muir. Muir coming long down the line. It's a nice looking kick to Haynes. Haynes takes the ball on his chest. He plays on, runs around, coming long down the line here, but 2-on-1 contest. Clancy McKay done very, very well to take that grab, brought it down. So now looking for movement up forward. There's one option that's been ignored, so now looking. So handballs the ball inside this time instead. Finds Daniel Clissold. Clissold on the left foot, drives Belpo still long into attack, but staying in the way again is Cale. So He plays on immediately, drives Winch out wide looking for Berg. It's a lovely kick. Berg takes the mark on the far side of the ground, chips it back in looking for Freeman. Doesn't quite hit the target, but Freeman's good enough to pick it up. Steps around an opponent with this space outside again. Parrish now with the ball, looking at his options down the ground. Chips it over the top, and Cook has taken the mark about 45 metres out from goal. Belpo still has no options up forward, Grub.
No. A couple of kicks in there. I don't know whether it was just, with bad kicks or bad positioning from their forwards, but they've dropped away a bit. But I tell you what's hugely important here. They're on the bottom of the ladder, Winch. They won't be for long, but there's 7 sides above them. They're either in front of or around their percentage. So it's very, very important they get a lot of percentage.
So Cook comes in, the ball drifts across the face. He has a minor score on the board, which is his first score for the day. The 14th for Winch. They have 16-14 leading Belpo still 5-9. We have gone 10.5. Connect our final quarter.
So this 10 goal, it should be, if they can get out to 16 goals, their percentage is going to be handy.
Yep, ball kicked in from the fullback position. Good mark out there, and it's taken by Timms. So the ball came out, and we'll go back just as quick. Players lead up at him, but he's now seen a couple. Goes short, and this time the mark will be taken out there by Simmons once again. So he's got the ball, and we'll look at his 4th goal of the afternoon. He staggers in now. Not the most fluent of approaches. Kicks at goal. Not too sure whether he's got the distance here. Definitely not the accuracy, and it's through for a minor score, which will be touched. So it's now 16-15 for the Winchelsea side. Belpo still remain on 5-9 and 11.5 minutes gone. Connectel final quarter scoreboard.
So ball back in quickly, finds Bannister. Bannister for Belpo still in his back pocket. This is where they're having their troubles. Grub getting it out of here. So
all day.
Bannister just kicks long down the line looking for McKay, but no one flies in the end. And Welsh takes an uncontested mark, 60 out from his own goal. Swings around the right foot, kicks into the centre of the space, doesn't get anywhere. Lynch goes to ground, which could have been costly. Simons picks the ball up. Kicked off the ground by Kersop Cole. Couldn't quite pick it up. The follow-up. Herman gets in, wraps the tackle, grabs the ball out of his hands. Ball spills free out the back. So picked up there by... that was by Nagel. Nagel's tackled immediately, brought to ground, so we'll have another ball up 55 metres out. Probably true centre-half forward here at the Eastern Reserve.
I'd say with Nagel, probably a pitch and wedge.
Pitch and wedge. So ball tapped over there by McKay. Comes out free to O'Connell, who's been very, very good. He goes out to Cook. Cook throws it on the right boot. Who's in the right spot here? Belpo still was in front, but Gould has picked it up and has missed again. So 16-16 now, Winch. Belpo still 5-9, 12.5 gone. Connectel, final quarter. So it looks like Herman doing the kicking in this time. So Herman from Belpo still has the ball now. Not a lot of movement at all, so he plays on. Goes long out towards Martin, but drops a bit short, but falls in the hands of Belpo, still teammate there, who now swings around the right boot. Goes long down the line. It's a lovely looking kick. So Belpo still building something here. Again down the line, nice. So 3 clean possessions here. Now the next option is going to be the tough one. So he comes back in through the middle to Herman. Herman takes it and go. Comes out here looking for Norman. Not a great bounce, but has a chance to run into it. Parrish does very, very well. Cassidy, that was handballs the ball over Timms. Timms comes out to Simon. Simon's on the left boot going long. Fantastic grab. That is by Morris, the resting ruckman. Just put the big hands up. Nice little build up and great little kick. So, and Cassidy Parrish just waltzed through there like he was going through a foam factory, wasn't he? There's nothing that stopped him. So Morris now has a chance to kick his first for the day. The left foot, I tell you what, it looks all right. It's come back, and he has done that. So the 17th on the board now for Winch. 17-16 leading Belpo still, who are 5-9. 14 minutes. Connectel, final quarter scoreboard.
Well, as I said, they need some percentage. And now they're probably not kicking us straight as well until that one, but geez, I had some scores here before and I've just lost them all. I don't know how to do this stupid phone thing, but Thompson 62, Cryo 48, Bannockburn 42, Belmont 71, Winch, when we got that one, North 52, Werribee Central's 82, And Geelong West Giants 61, Inverleigh 79, Anaki 22, East Geelong 108. Not 180.
Ball back in the middle. That's a nice step out running through as O'Connell read it nicely. Took a bounce, went long into the forward line. I tell you what, that's going to clear the pack. No, ball falls down. Bannister on hands and knees in a bit of trouble here. Tapped it through. It was okay. Bit of pressure there. Another minor score. 17-17 now for the home side.
He wants a mark, Bannister, but there's no use arguing about it now, son.
So it's 5-9 to Belpo still. Quick kick in, goes out wide. Haynes doesn't take the mark. It's through his hands. Got to the boundary line. Ball handball over the top.
Great call.
They've been spot on, these kids, haven't they? Absolutely spot on.
2-7 Winchelsea kicked this quarter.
Yeah.
So the ball thrown back in by the umpire. Again, Ruckman this time bring the ball front of the contest. Parrish goes after it, picks the ball up. Handball's out the back, went straight in the hands of Martin of the opposition. Now back to Haynes. Haynes was going to go on the left foot, but decides to go back right and kicks back towards centre wing. In front, Norman, ball gets out the back. And again, Morris back on the ground, kicks wide and out of bounds on the full free kick to Willie Kerrins. So Kerrins now just outside their defensive 50. Just tracking the ball back from over the fence. So Willie Kerrins now with the ball. Delivers the ball back towards centre wing. Just kicks up. Hecker in front. Ball from behind. Maloney taps the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have another throw which will take place. Maloney doing the ruck work, and we said Hecker doing it. Ball from Hecker comes down towards Norman. Trapped that pretty nicely. Parrish, that was a throw at the back, wasn't it? Ball picked up there by O'Connell, able to work his way out of that contest. He kicks long back into their forward line, going back. He did that very nicely. And he can go back and look at his, where's he kicked for the day?
Got two, mate.
Got two, so he got it looking at his third for the afternoon.
Well, I don't reckon the distance will trouble him.
You would hope not grub from there, but late in the day, you just don't know.
There's one bloke I haven't seen. Brendan Forsman.
No.
No, he's on. I think he's on holidays. He
Oh,
a couple of weeks off.
We want to stay on holidays, Forsman. He'll be listening to, I'll bet you.
So the ball from the boot. That looks very nice off the boot. Gould says yes, that is through. He has got his third of the afternoon and the 18th now for the Winchelsea side. They're 18-17. They lead Belpo still on 5 goals, 9, 17 gone. Can they tell final quarter scoreboard?
I don't know. I really thought, Belpo are still trying. They went all right in the first couple of minutes, but, geez, Winch have just poured it on. And I know I've said it before, but they don't look like a bottom side to me. Their form's been pretty good, even though they've lost a couple of close ones. And now they've come up a side, which I must admit is a little bit depleted. They've really put their foot on the gas and just blown them out of the water. What's that, 13, nearly 14 goals? It is 14 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said I wanted 16.
Yeah, well, you're going to get close. So they've got 18. Ball in there now. Hecker wins that one down, but only as far as Cassidy Parrish, who just picks it up one-handed, Kudafidi style, finds space, turns around, right boot out to Cook. Cook now turns around, plays on Australia, looking down for Simon. Simon's in front here. Ball punched to the ground. O'Connell just picks the ball up, runs through on the right boot, and I reckon he's almost kicked it into the cricket nets. No, ball stays in play. Bannister does well, brings it to ground. Finds a bit of support there from Fantella. Fantella goes back to Muir. Muir shielding the eyes. Goes one way, goes the other. Gould does grab him, but doesn't do enough to affect the kick. Picked up there by McIntyre. Feeds a handball out. Belpo still now steady on the far side of the ground. So, took them a bit of time, but they worked the ball out. So, just inside the forward 50. Long kick down the line here. In front, taking the mark is Herman. So, now Herman, not a lot of movement further up, so he just bombs the ball on, looking for McIntyre. McIntyre puts the hands up, takes a fantastic grab, hits the ground running, chips the ball over, looking for Flacavento. He puts it up, gets one hand to it. Ball's come to the ground. Knocked out here to Timms. Timms has a bit of time, even though he's over on the ball, gets a handball out, but it's all Belpo still. Norman now picks it up. Quick handball across to Edwards. Edwards goes to another handball, picked up again, almost falls to Harmer. Harmer overruns it. Picked up there over the top, looking for Kersop Cole. He has time, but chopped off again by Norman. The ball is running towards the boundary line. It's almost like all the players just stopped there.
Yeah, young Kersop Cole actually took his eyes off the footy just to see what was coming at him. And they're the things that young fellas like that have got to learn. Keep your eyes on the ball. Doesn't matter what's coming at you. Just keep your eyes on the footy at all times.
So Hecker and Maloney do battle. Both ruckmen tap it the same way, but it falls to Herman. Herman Belpo still drives them forward, but only as far as Parrish. Finn Parrish now swings around the right foot, plays on straight away. There's obviously a set play to go to the far side. Goes out to Cale. Well, Cale picks the ball up now. He's got support inside.
Yeah, you can't say.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, picks it up. Has Nagel inside, but goes back to Cale again. He's affected the kick. I'm going with Cale.
He ran out of gas.
He did run out of gas. Mick McGuan kick just dribbled along the ground. So
Got the speed wobbles, I reckon.
So Belpo still driving the ball long out of attack. Ball punched down by Budavalis. Quick picked up there by Parrish. Parrish at the time back to Budavalis, who then goes back to Berg. Berg driving forward. Benny Muir done very, very well. Used his ample frame there to hold his spot. So he just chips it in short. Not too short for Edwards, but he's done very, very well. Throws the ball out in the left hand. Our teammates out there, they sat and waited and looked at each other. Winchelsea have come in, jumped in, and we'll have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard here at Eastern Reserve. We've ticked over 20 and a half minutes, nearly 21 minutes. Connect to our final quarter. So the ball in the air now. McKay will do the ruck work. He wins that one down. He does well at ground level too, but he's ripped off the ball. Ball spills free. Quick kick forward, but smothered by McIntyre. Falls into the hands there of Berg again, who drives forward, looking for Simons. Doesn't find it. O'Connell is in the right spot again. Runs up, has a bounce. Coming along, looking here for Morris. Morris is sport well by Bannister, but the ball falls back in the hands of Freeman. Freeman now time to stop, prop and have a look. Comes out towards Gould. Gould puts the body in on the line. Comes free, ends up picking the ball up. Quick kick. Unfortunately, he has missed, and we now have Winch with 18-18. Leading Belpo still 5-9, 21.5. Connect to our final quarter.
So Bannister now kicking in from the fullback, goes short. I thought that was going to miss the target then, but he didn't see the other player standing there. And here he is, your mate, Hunter Norman. Hunter Norman's on the ball here. Gets a kick inside, over the top, goes into the middle of the ground, out the back. Umpire's going to allow play to run. They played advantage or not? One umpire has, but it's down in the bottom end. They're still going. No one's called it back yet. So we're going to let it run. Lynch gets the ball, goes inside, and the mark has been taken there by Martin, I think it is. And he will go back and shoot for goal.
Just looking at the yes, that'd be Martin with the dodgy haircut. Half like his dad.
As long as he hasn't got a beard like his dad.
What? That's a flowy beard, isn't it, mate? Right. Santa Claus is looking for tips off fats.
Yeah, you wouldn't be playing footy with that. Somebody would have to grab it sooner or later, wouldn't they?
I don't know if I would, mate.
Then run. Yeah, it's easy.
So Martin now from about 40 metres out. Kicks that goal. And I reckon that gets straight off the side of the boot, but it might work okay. And the mark has been taken down there. I reckon this might be, is it, Norm? Josh?
Looks like him.
Yes, it is. So Josh Norman with an opportunity to kick his second goal of the afternoon. Angle just a little bit hard. Oh, that was a banana which was brought down too quickly and through for a minor score. So 5-10 now to Belpost Hill. 18-18. Winchelsea, 23 gone.
Cal Clissold's just messaged me and said that the umpire said there was a second toe poke at that goal at three-quarter time. So the correct decision was made. Do we believe Cal?
No.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
Full of shit.
So from full-back, Winchelsea bring the ball, clubroom side of the ground. Mark not taken out there at ground level. It's going to be kicked off the ground there, and they're going to keep working the ball forward through Freeman. Went back after it a third time. Flacker Bento head over the contest. Parrish gets the handball out. Curse up Cole. Pace got out of the contest, got the handball to Gould. Can take his time, run inside 50, look towards Morris. Well, he left it towards his teammate there, but didn't go back and get it. Ball now kicked off the ground to the goal square. Kicked off the ground once again. And yes, it is. Simons has got number 4 for the afternoon. 19-18 to the Winchelsea side. 5-10 to Belpost Hill. 24 minutes gone. Connect Tell, final quarter scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, it was a great effort from young Clissold to tackle Kersop Cole there because he's got a lot of pace. But to me, it looks like he hurt his arm doing it. Now, he's already got a brother with his arm in a sling.
The wing clipped.
So he's holding it again now. So let's just hope that's all right. But Simons, well, he just seems to do it in spurts. So that means he's got another 2 to go. Well, what's the time? 24 to go. We'll get it down there because he does it in threes, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does it in threes. So back in the middle now. McKay and Maloney do battle. The ball in the air now. McKay wins that one down convincingly. Goes to Flacavento. Gets a nice quick handball out. Goes to McIntyre. Kick the ball the right way this time. Long down the forward line. Ball goes over the back of the pack. Spills free. No one can pick it up there. Belpo still could have been pushing the back. Wasn't paid. So ball tapped out now. It's picked up by, I don't know who that was. It picked it up in the end, but it's gone through for a minor score.
Could have been Lynch, mate, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it might have been too, mate. I couldn't see the ponytail, but yeah, now you can out there. So Lynch has his first score for the day. Belpo still moved to 5-11, trailing Winchelsea 19-18. We're doing 25 minutes, connect to our final quarter here. So the ball to be brought back in. Budavalis doing the kicking in duties, coming out here looking in the direction of Gould, and why wouldn't you? Puts the hands up. That's a fantastic grab there by Gould. He plays on quickly over the top to Kersop Cole. Done very, very well there. Knocked the ball free was McIntyre, but Kersop Cole does very well, recovers. Has plenty of options there, and I don't know if that was the right one at all. The handball sort of went everywhere, but Parrish made it look good. Swings on the left boot, and has missed everything. Kicked it out of bounds on the full. He had two options to go out left, go right, and he went down the middle. So, if in doubt, go to the middle. So, Daniel Bannister, who's worked hard in the back line for Belpo still today. A few relieving marks in that goal square. He's about to have result in free kick. So, he has options. Options short, but they've been now cut down. But Ben Muir presents very, very well. So, Muir chips the ball across now. It's a nice kick. So, finds Kerrins in the back pocket. So, again, not much moving up forward, so he goes short to Fantella, misses the target, goes over the top. That picked up, I don't know who's picked that one up.
Alice.
Was that Alice, was it?
Yeah.
It was. So Lee Alice puts through a goal number 4 for himself for the afternoon. Goal number 20 for Winchelsea, moved to 20 goals, 18, leading Belpost to 5-11. 26 and a half gone, connect to our final quarter.
Thompson 82, Cryo 49. Bannockburn 68, Belmont 72. 4 points the difference at Victoria Park.
Wow.
North Geelong 65, Werribee Central's 100. Geelong West Giants 63, Inverleigh 92. And Anaki 29, East Geelong 126.
Belmont have just kicked a goal. Apparently they're 10 points up.
Right, there you go.
Right then as you were reading them out, mate.
And Collingwood, last time I checked, were 4 points up in Adelaide.
Apparently very controversial.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball thrown in the air over the top. Ball comes out. And it's O'Connell from the middle again. He's continued to run. Takes his second bounce. Steps inside 50. Goes long. Goes long. Grubby, there it is.
The Hotham Hotel goal of the day.
21-18. Winchelsea 5-11 to Belpo still. 27 and a half gone. Final quarter. Connecto. Final quarter scoreboard.
Wow.
That's beautiful football. And I'll tell you what, that might have got him in my votes, actually. I thought he's played a terrific game. And I reckon, I'm glad we've got those 18 extra vote cards, because I think we might be sending 16 of them to the, to the Hotham Hotel, because I don't know where I'm going to pick my votes from.
And you're first today,
I'm
too.
I'm last. I am last.
I've done mine already.
So, ball in the McIntyre hands it out to Flacavento. He's run with the boys, got players out the side, so it ends up in the hands of Clissold. He swings round to that left foot, chips the ball into the centre, got a bit too much carry for everybody. Welsh runs through the middle. Look at this, he's got Cook all on his own. Cook picks it up, closing speed there, but didn't matter in the end. Parrish picks the ball up, chips it over to Rouget.
Look, son, look.
Chips that ball
And
out. Here we go. And here we go. Looking at 5 now. Is he any good at the set shot?
I don't know.
He's kicked them all off the ground, or he's picked them up and snapped them round. So Simons has the ball. Simmons has the ball now for Winch. Looking for his 5th, the 22nd for Winchelsea.
I was getting all agitated then. I could see him sitting there, but I just wasn't sure whether his teammate could.
So Simmons comes in now. Drops it on the boot. The goal umpire does a hot shoe shuffle. Doesn't really need to, but Jack Simmons has 5. Winchelsea have 22. 22-18. 5-11. 29 minutes. Connect our final quarter. Scoreboard here, Eastern Reserve.
Your box is full like mine, Spider.
Yeah, I've got run out of room, mate.
There's the 16 plus that we wanted.
Well, they've kicked 14 after half-time, Grub.
Yeah. And that's going to throw a cat amongst the pigeons, because we always thought, even though I spoke to Daniel Gresham during the week, they're on the bottom but can still make the 5. And looking at this performance, they most certainly are going to be in contention.
So back to the middle we go once again. Ball to be thrown up in the air. Ruckman go at it again. Out of the middle. Parrish had it. Got it out the back. Went to Freeman out wide. Mark will be taken outside. So now they settle things down, and that's Berg on the far side. He's got some options inside if he wants to go that way, but he's just chipped the ball over the top. Back to Parrish. And he is now looking for some options. A little bit of candy there. Kicks into the forward line.
Siren!
No controversy here.
And a final siren is sounded, which will see the eventual winner, Winchelsea, 22-18, 150 to beat Belpost Hill 5-11-41. Goal kickers for the day, 5 to Simons, 4 each to Ellis and Huff, 3 each to Gould and O'Connell, 2 to Freeman and 1 to Morris. And for the Belpost Hill side, 2 to Tyler Edwards, 1 each to Norman, and that was Josh, Ma and Verschuren. And I think that was it, 5.
Yes.
Yep, so we'll take a short break, come back, run through the game here this afternoon and give some Best Player Awards and final scores from around the grounds. Hopefully, we'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Grub,
Again, it's hard to see then the phone. We might have missed him a couple of times.
Grub, have you got the your wrap up for today, my friend? We're back here at Eastern Reserve. The final score was Winchelsea 22-18, 150 defeating Belpost Hill 5-11-41. Grub, just give us a quick rundown, mate. We'll get the votes and see if we've got some final scores from other grounds.
Well, it will be quick because I think we've given a really good, précis of the game all the way through.
Précis?
Yep.
Are you up to pee in the toilet paper
Yeah,
roll,
I
are you,
am.
mate?
I am. I
Seriously?
just pull a word out of me bum every now and
You must
again.
have been reading my toilet walls, were you?
Right, has someone dropped the dictionary somewhere?
I think we've captured it I have captured it perfectly all the way through. Good first opening quarter. Belpost Hill were attacking. Winch were attacking, and I thought we're in for a good game here. But just about 10 minutes into that second quarter, they just flicked the switch, Winchelsea, and they proved that their form, even though it hasn't been winning form, has still been pretty good form. And obviously, Belpost Hill very deleted. They've lost all those good players. They were going okay until they lost those extra players. And, Yatesy and all, they're huge for them. And they kept hanging in there. But second quarter, third quarter, and then the last, it was a procession. What's that, 17 goals, 18 goals. It's just a lot of goals. It's what we suspected. It's what we had to have for Winch with their percentage. If they still believe they can make finals, and by geez, they can make finals. Don't worry about that. We had a couple of sides that we didn't think could make finals. Unless they get some players back, I think I'm going to have to add Belpost Hill to that now. I don't want to because I love the boys at Belpost Hill, but I think I'm going to have to put in that category now. But look, I don't know how I'm going to give my votes because there was a lot of good players out there today for Winch. And surely it's 3-2 and 1 Winch. Surely this idiot next to me can't find a Belpost Hill vote like he did last week for West.
Well, he's going to be disappointed.
No, I can't. You couldn't do it, Smithy. You couldn't do it.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Grubby, all those great words you're pulling out, you said Belpost Hill were deleted, not depleted.
No, I'm in tooth out.
I
said depleted, but it didn't come out that way.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm trying to get the final scores here, but obviously it's not loading for me. What I have got so far is that I think the final scores.
Well, you shut up. Right?
Werribee have won.
You continue, and I'll see if my scores come.
Right,
through.
yeah,
So what do you want me to do? Continue with what?
With my rubbish.
With my rubbish?
You're rubbish.
No, as I said, it was it was a better game to watch than last week. I admit that. And as I said, there are some signs at Belpost Hill to say that if they can keep this group together and they can add to it next year with a little bit more experience, and who's to say that the blokes that travelled up to the Great Western this year might not venture back through the club next year, or at least a couple of them anyway, which would be very, very handy. But again, they've got some younger kids in here that are going pretty nicely. And as I said, they've shown a little bit. Obviously, they're a long way off the pace, but at least they're out there having a crack. And as I said, with Yates back in that side, Quinny back in that side, Bowie Collins back in that side,
Bryans.
Sable. So there's got some blokes that can add into it. But unfortunately, it's, as it happens everywhere else, it's your quality of your group that gets knocked out all the time or is injured. And unfortunately, that's the way you have to survive. And you just got to do the best for what you've got. So they have got some good ones coming through there. Let's hope they can continue. And let's hope the dynasty is not out for that long because, as I said, you don't want to see one of them clubs back there doing what they're doing at the present time. So
that's every club, isn't it?
Righto. These
a few, Spider.
These are still live scores on mine. Bannockburn 9-15-69. Trail Belmont Lions 11-13-79. Same amount of shots. We've got the Winchelsea one, obviously.
Thompson 13-12-90, leading Cryo 7-7-49.
North Geelong 71 have been defeated by Werribee. That is a final score.
16-4, Grubby.
16-4. That's
two. So they've had one less scoring shot and won by 30 points.
That's good footy's good kicking. Good kicking's good footy, I should say. So, that's kept them in that. Inverleigh 14-8. Geelong West Giants 9-10-64. That's 14-8-92, I should say. 9-10-64. So that one's over, you would think. Well, this one's definitely over. East Geelong 19-12, 126 to Anaki 4-5-29. So the only game that's probably in question, if it's not over yet, is the Bannockburn Belmont Lions score, which has been like that for a while.
Yeah, well, Paints has sent me through, and apparently it actually has the time clock on how long to go now, but I can't get it.
It's not on mine.
No, but anyway, Paints will keep us updated with that one. So a couple of big results there. East Geelong go along their merry way, and Inverleigh get their second and a half win for the year, which almost put them in the top 5. Thompson get their 4th win, which will keep them in there. So, look, boys, we need to get some votes, and then thanks to our sponsors. So, does anyone want to go first? Or
yeah, I'll go first. Because Grabby's just going to annoy the crap out of me and laugh at me anyway.
Don't do it. Hey, you can't possibly do it.
I'm going to give it. I don't care what you say.
It's over at Victoria Park.
10 points.
I'm going to give one vote to Lockie Gemmell. I thought his first quarter and a half was exceptional, and when games of football needed to be won, he was doing a lot of work in through their midfield and was a very good footballer, and he continued to get touches in the second half. My 2 votes I'm going to give to Jet Herman. I think from Belpost Hill.
What?
Because I think he was sensational out there today. As I said, they've lost their leading players out in the ground, and from my point of view, he led with a enormity out there today. He was just good for them all day, got plenty of possessions, kept trying to get them into the game. And my 3 votes today is going to go to... I've just got to find who I wrote him to. Shane O'Connell. I thought his game was was exceptional. He provided a lot of run and dash. He kicked goals, and he showed me that he is a quality footballer that can make this Winchelsea side stand taller as they go forward.
Yep, okay, fair enough. Grub?
Go on.
You want me to go?
Haven't had any laughter yet from
Well,
Grubby.
I had Gimlin, but he didn't play the last quarter. It's the only reason I couldn't squeeze him in the end, because there's so many good players for Winch that I've seen. I gave one to the man who kicked 5. I loved it. He was great. I know there was a couple of bursts who kicked his goals, but I really don't care. So I gave Jack Simmons one. I gave my 2 votes to Adam Welsh off the half-back line. I thought he was sensational. Repelled the ball all day. Belmont kicked 5-11, and I'll tell you what, probably a few more. Might have been a few more if he was there. So I gave him my 2, and I gave my 3 to. I thought clearly the best on ground was Shane O'Connell.
Wow. Well, I know who's going to win it.
He won the Hotham goal of the day.
Well, I gave 1 to Tav Sawney. I thought he was a great spectre over in the corner. And if I go with Smitty, I gave 2 to Josh Norman, and I gave 3 to any other bell post. What a ridiculous thing.
Give us your votes, Grubby.
I've got them all mixed up here now.
You're a peanut.
I gave 1 to Finn Parrish. I thought he got enough of the ball all day in all 4 quarters.
Probably the second half was good.
Well, it was good enough to get the votes. I thought 1 vote anyway.
Tyler gave him votes too.
Yeah, I gave. Yeah, but Tyler knows nothing about it, so I might take that vote back and give it to someone else. I gave 2 votes to Jack Simons, because I'm a believer that if you sit in the forward line all day, you've got a job to do. And if that job is kicking goals, and if you kick 5 of them, you've done your job as almost as good as anybody else on the ground. So he gets my 2. And my 3, I know I might have been influenced with the way he played in that last quarter, but I thought O'Connell was pretty good all day.
So Shane O'Connell not only wins the goal of the day, he also wins the Hotham dinner for 2, mate.
He does.
And you're right, he was. I thought he was fantastic. I mean, I think a couple of blokes had bounces. He had about 9, and 1 or 2 people might have 1 each. So he broke the game right up. He had that pace that you like, Grub.
Yes, he
Had that dash. And I think the promising thing for me from today for Winch is it took like 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters of blokes like Kersop Cole and Cassidy Parrish to really start dominating, yet the game was already over by then.
Yeah, and he has. I don't think he's played all the games, Kersop Cole.
No, he's back in today.
Yeah, because I tell you how you can tell that. And I know Josh Norman's pretty quick, but there's a couple of times he took off and he was caught. Once he gets the momentum of the game back in it, they don't catch that kid normally when he goes. And he did get caught today, but once he's back in the swing of things, they won't catch him, I don't reckon.
No, fair enough too. All right, Grub, we've got some sponsors to thank, my friend.
Well, I tell you what, firstly...
We've got to decide where we're going next week, Spider.
Yeah, we'll do the sponsors while we have a look.
Grubby's not here.
Oh, we've got to get a third wheel in next week, do we?
So
Alex Tagani.
Will come in. So thank you very, very much for the quarter sponsors. Morris Finance, the best in the business. Buckley's, DeGrande Cycles. I'm nearly going to go and buy one. I think get on fitness.
What a load of crap.
Yes, it is, but they are a great box. If I was going to, that's where I'd go. And Connect Health, thank you very, very much. We have no Routley's mark of the day. No one flew high for the Routley's pie today, but there was a couple of good marks that almost got in.
Tyron Lynch flew high.
Yes, thank you, Routley's. Cryo Bay Health, as usual. Kempy Engineering, didn't give much for Kempy Engineering, and I would give them the biggest plug of all time if I just knew what they did. I'm not quite sure. What do they actually do? What do they make?
Steel products,
Steel
mate.
products.
Engineering, buddy.
If you want some steel engineering products, get out to Kempy Engineering, because there's none better. Comnafine Hotel if you're going to have a beer in the east. If you're going to go across to the west, don't forget the Yards Hotel. Raiders Bingo. Oh, everyone's winning thousands there every time they go, so get down there. Hotham Hotel, they had the goal of the day. A magnificent effort from them. Elders Insurance, Victory Trophies, the sports tape, unbelievable. Athlete's Foot, again, that's vote the MVP voted by the opposition coaches. And, of course, promoted trophies. They're the apparel that the league get. And, of course, the Victory of the sports tape. So, for all you people, thank you very, very much. We couldn't keep going without your help.
I'll tell you what, Grubby, the way my knee's going at the moment, mate, I might duck down to Cryo Bay Health during the week myself, I think.
Yeah, why not?
We're looking at next week's round, Dale. We have no Grubby. I believe we're going to have the Lithuanian lover join us next week, and Alex Tagani. So he has said that he will come along and do it. So I'll touch base with him during the week to make sure he's there. But the games for next week, my friend, we have Inverleigh versus Anaki at Inverleigh.
No,
Well, you haven't got a say in it, Grub. You're not
still
going to
got
be
to say.
Yeah,
You
no.
don't have a say.
Still got to say.
No, you don't.
You watch.
Belmont still versus Bannockburn.
No.
Which isn't going to happen. Then we move on to... No, I'm not going to that one because it's at Werribee. It's too far to travel. Werribee versus Thompson.
Well, you're not going to Werribee without me anyway. you dickhead.
Absolutely, we're not.
We can't get our parks.
Wouldn't get
We
up
can't
here.
even get a car park.
Yeah, no, we'd be locked out. So,
Belmont North Geelong at Belmont.
ooh, that'd be good. Might be okay.
Cryo versus the Giants out at Cryo.
No, don't.
And I reckon the game will probably go to Dale. East Geelong versus Winchelsea at East Geelong.
Yes, well, we'll test to see where Winchelsea's really at now, coming up against one of the top sides. I reckon that's a good choice, Spotter.
Well, I think it's a terrible choice.
What's your choice, Grubby? We're not going to Werribee without you.
Well, I haven't got a choice, but that means you'll have seen Winchelsea 4 times and
No,
someone
East Geelong
once.
4 times.
East Geelong 4 times and Winch 2 in a row. I think it's a terrible choice. But anyway, up to you.
Well, the other game, it said Belmont Lions and North,
Or Inverleigh and Anaki.
or Inverleigh and Anaki out at Inverleigh.
No, you should be going east.
That's what I reckon
You
too.
are a dead set peanut, and I'm glad you're not here next week, and I'm glad you're not here next month too. I'm glad there's 2 games without you.
Well, I tell you what, after your performance today, you will be rested at some point, I can tell you. And Smithy, you would
Don't start
have,
on
you
me.
would have been, but except your birthday. You can't rest people on their birthday, on their 69th birthday.
Don't get birthday leave on this
no,
this show, mate.
no.
All right, so we're going to go to East Geelong versus Winch. I reckon that might be an absolute cracking game next week. So we won't have your dulcet tones, Grubby, and you know that is a relief for our listeners.
We
and-
might
and
get a bit of
viewers.
sense. No, it's Tagani. He's got no idea about football.
Can you leave? You're going to a concert or something, aren't you, next week?
You're going to see Australian call in Albury.
Awesome. So can you just leave your phone at home? Don't text us. That'd be really appreciated.
Well, I was going to give you the clock to take home, but you're not getting it now.
No. Well, there won't be much. There won't be much point because I won't be able to listen. I won't hear it from up there.
Yes, you can, mate. You listen on the app.
I've got no app. I don't know how to use an app. I know how to ring and text. No apps here.
No apps here.
Mate, no cash here. You know, cash apps, no apps.
No Brad apps.
What was his name, that kid, Shane?
Shane O'Connell, mate. Shane O'Connell is our Hotham player of the day. So
How do you spell O'Connell?
O-C-O.
No double C?
No.
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 Double-
O-C-O.
Double N.
Double N.
E. Double L.
Double L. That's the double. I knew there was a double somewhere.
There's 2 doubles.
Hey, I went to school, stupid.
You went to
I
Chanel.
come out the same way.
You went, you went to Chanel. We had the same education, mate. And geez, I turned out all right. Don't happen to you.
Oh,
Anyway,
I forgot about the thanks. We thanked everybody else. Brad, Tyler, great job.
just about
Great
to do
job.
that. Just to thank
Yeah.
Brad and Tyler and Al back in the studio.
Brad was okay, but Tyler, terrific.
Yeah, no. Well, he got the same votes as you, so he must know something about nothing. Anyway, East Geelong Winch next week at East Geelong Reserve, or Richmond Crescent as it's known. Thank you, Al, back in the studio. Thank you to all of our listeners, to all of our fantastic sponsors. Thank you to Winch for their hospitality to make sure the weather didn't get too cold.
Alan Mitchell, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, your mate Al back in the studio. All right, Al, listeners, viewers,
Hang
thank
on.
you very much.
I'm giving me votes for next week.
Right.
S-Low.
S-Low. No.
Jay McIntyre.
Yeah, Jay, well, there we go. There's 6 votes done already. So, Alex Degani, you're in the hot seat next week, mate. So, bring your A game because God knows Grubby's never bought his.
See you in a fortnight.
Rightio, thank you, listeners. Thank you, viewers. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.